now return to the, I guess, swashbuckling adventures of the Brass Hand, as they are calling themselves. Last session, they did some more digging around town, both figuratively and literally, and found some leads to follow, which led them to the old tavern, which they proceeded to sort of interrogate the chef who owned the tavern, and found out that he had something maybe a little suspicious in his cellar. Upon investigation, Periwinkle smelled goblin coming from the cellar, so her and Proud proceeded to investigate. But upon finding the goblin that was causing the smell, they decided to head on back to regroup their party before having any sort of meeting with that goblin's leader. So, after gathering the party all together, and Ender and Fox were in the graveyard doing some digging, investigating there. They regrouped their party, proceeded to head back to the cellar, and confronted the goblin again, who invited them to have a little parley with their boss. But as soon as they started to follow the goblin, he immediately flipped and pressed a switch on the wall, which dropped them down a little water slide into a cave deep beneath Drosus, the town that they're in. And they found themselves in a cave where there was some odd wriggling worm creatures that attacked them. They fought them off and discovered what the 231 on the gravestone meant. It was referring to some levers, which they pulled, and it opened a secret passage that led them back out to freedom, to the graveyard. And then, pretty peeved off about the goblin's trick, the party stormed back to the lair hidden underneath the tavern. And Periwinkle flipped the switch again with a accurately placed arrow, and they have marched into this room here, which is a rather large room, separated in half by a channel with a bridge going across it. There's some cranes and crates everywhere. Seems like there's lots of storage in this area. And when they entered this room, they were confronted by several of the compatriots of the goblin that they met before, which was this guy here. And we ended that session right at the start of a combat encounter. So our initiative is already rolled and we are good to go. So, without further ado, what's a good? That's pretty parody. Okay, so without further ado, we'll launch right into this combat encounter. The first thing that happens as you, the four of you pile into this room, is you look across and see these four figures here. One of them kind of standing behind the others. There's a human, a skinny-looking human, and then a taller, more muscle-bound human here in the center. And then you can recognize that goblin on the left, who's kind of grinning now that he has compatriots alongside him. Behind them, you can see sort of a scaly-looking fellow holding a sword. So the first thing that happens is the larger, muscle-bound fellow walks forward a couple steps and says, "It's not too late to turn around, you know." And that'll be his turn. So it's now Proud's turn.
Yeah, Jay, we can't see the map.
Oh, shit, sorry. Here we go. There we go. I forgot that I dragged you onto a different screen last time. Alright, that should be better. All right, it's now Prow's turn.
All right. Okay. Free action. We'll say the goblin and the map. That's all we'll need. We'll leave the rest of you alive. And let's see. I will. Oh, sorry. Oh, I did. How do I get rid of that?
I got it.
That's not what I meant to do. Thank you. Yeah. And then I will move. No. Get out of that. I will move 1, 2, 3, 4. I will move there. I have my short sword out. And yeah, on my turn.
All right. Then the next thing that happens is from behind these boxes over here, another goblin pokes his head up, kind of bracing himself on these crates here, and draws back with a bow to fire at. Let me see. To fire at Ender. And that's going to hit. Hold
Oh, that's a surprise.
on. In reference to your 9 AC, is that what you're saying?
Maybe.
That's going to hit you for 5 damage.
Okay.
Okay, which brings us to Periwinkle's turn. Periwinkle?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, now we can.
Sorry, there's something wrong with my audio. Perry would like to move like a little bit closer to where Proud is, and then I would like. Wait, can I move and then shoot, or can I just shoot from where I am to the guy that's on the bridge?
You can shoot from where you're standing to the guy on the bridge. You got pretty big range with your longbow.
Ah, sweet. Okay, well, in that case, Perry would like to shoot at the big man that's on the bridge.
Okay. What'd you get?
Perry got a 7.
Alright, your arrow kind of whistles past him and misses.
Perry's so nervous because big man looks so intimidating. Sorry, guys.
Alright, anything else, Perry?
No, Perry would like to just stay in her spot.
Alright. Then, next up is Fox.
Guys.
Sorry, what's going on?
It's your turn.
Okay, great. I'm gonna go here in patient defense, and that's it.
Okay. Then Ender, it's your turn.
Okay, is this goblin behind cover at all? I'm assuming.
Yeah. He's partially... He's
Then
half-
after
half
seeing-
covered. Go ahead.
Yeah, after seeing where he shot me from, I'm gonna move away from him. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and I think I can just reach this guy barely with my Sacred Flame. It's 60-foot range.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, and I'm gonna shoot that at him.
Okay.
Kind of hold out my hand and my holy symbol glows, and then a spark of energy goes towards him.
Okay. He fails the save.
Okay. Takes 7 radiant damage.
Alright, you just sort of fry this guy with radiant damage. And he lets out a yell of pain. And looks really rough, but he just manages to keep standing. Anything else then?
Nope, that was the end of my turn.
Alright. Okay, that's why they're all here. I was wondering why you guys were here so early. Friday session got cancelled, that's why. Alright, the other pirate kind of moves closer to his compatriots. And this one's gonna move up and hide behind the big guy. Okay. And then the largest man in the room will approach you, Fox. And he's gonna swipe at you with a big hook hand.
That doesn't sound very sanitary.
Alright, well, he rolled high. So he's still gonna hit you, unfortunately.
Okay.
And he's going to do.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
What?
On the roll 20, you can like move the little portrait things like on top of each other so they're not taking up as much room.
Yeah. He's gonna hit you for 6 damage, 6 piercing, and then kind of pull you in close and grapple you.
Okay.
Which brings us to Proud Fool's turn.
Okay, so free action. I'll point to this guy who got hit by the Sacred Flame. Fortuna won't look kindly on you, my friend, and activate Plunder and Thunder on this target. And after I say that, Ender, finish him. I'm taking care of this guy. And we'll move up to attack with my short sword.
Okay.
And then does a 12 hit?
It does.
Okay. So since Fox is there, will I be able to get sneak attack damage?
Yep.
All right. That is 17 points of slashing damage.
All right. The larger man is preoccupied with Fox, and so you manage to find an opening and slice at his sides, opening up a pretty big gash. When you see him kind of wince as he turns towards you, but he's still standing.
Does that release Fox?
He's not dead and he's not down, so no.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, and Plunder and Thunder was the bonus action, so all I have left is movement.
Mhm.
So I am going to move behind Fox. And that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay.
Is it my turn?
Not quite.
Dang, that sucks.
The goblin hiding behind the crates is going to knock another arrow and fire it past the group at Periwinkle.
That sucks even more.
He's going to hit for 5 piercing damage. And now it is your turn, Periwinkle.
Perry would like to hit back at Mr. Goblin Man. Perry is very angry, and hopefully Perry can shoot her shot.
Who are you aiming at?
Mr. Angry Goblin Man.
This one. Gotcha.
No, I want the one that's shooting arrows.
Okay, this one then.
Yeah, sorry, I had to look at that screen.
No worries. We'll call them the Goblin Pirate and the Goblin Archer. And then you'll know the difference.
I mean, with Perry though, there is no difference.
I got a 13. You know what? You're right, and they're sorry. I got distracted by his comment. I got 13.
That doesn't hit.
What? Okay. Okay. Well, okay, Perry's done then. Dang.
Okay. Alright. Fox, it's your turn.
Are you guys using push to talk or something?
Sorry, she was talking to me. One more time.
It's your turn.
Oh, did he swing and miss?
No, it's just your turn. He has you grappled right now.
Am I at disadvantage when I swing as I'm grappled?
No, you just can't move.
Okay, so I guess while he's hugging me with his hook, I'm just gonna swing at him. That's
You can
the big
also
guy.
you can also attempt to free yourself as well.
Is that an action to do so, or is that like a free?
That would be an action to free yourself.
Okay, and then I'm just gonna wail on him.
Okay. Yeah, grapple just takes your movement to 0 and stops you from benefiting from any sort of speeds, bonuses to your speed, and then to escape it would be an action. They can also kind of drag you around and do stuff like that, but essentially it just brings your movement to 0. So what did you get? Oh, sorry, you rolled them in Roll20?
Yeah, so I wrote it on there, just thought that'd be easier. I'm sorry. So nat 1 on the first one, and then I rolled 11 total for the second.
They will both miss.
Okay, that's it then.
He manages to duck out of the way as you swing at him. Ender? You see Fox grappled by this one as Perry misses and Proud ducks behind Fox. What do you
Did
do?
this guy attack?
No, he ran up and just kind of assumed that his buddy here had Fox under control.
Okay.
He's currently looking at you.
Okay, interesting. I'm gonna step forward and look at this guy, and I'm gonna be like, I'm giving you a chance to run, but if you move aggressively, I'm gonna burn your ass. And you see like my holy symbols start to light up, and I'm gonna hold Sacred Flame and see what he does.
Sorry, against who?
Against the guy I burned before.
You're holding Sacred Flame or you're casting it?
No, I'm gonna hold it and basically tell him to flee, or I'm gonna cast it, full cast it.
Oh, so you're readying an action?
Yeah.
Okay, what would be your trigger specifically then? What do you define as...
If he doesn't flee, like if he
Well, what do you mean by flee?
if he moves forward at all, then I'm gonna cast it. If he moves backwards, then I will just let it fizzle.
Okay. Alright. And that's Sacred Flame, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Then it is his turn if you're done.
Yep.
He's gonna kind of eye you warily and hesitate.
Okay.
The smaller goblin is gonna move past his bigger compatriot, slipping beside them, and come around to try to strike you, Proud. And he's gonna miss.
Okay.
Which brings us to the large pirate. Large, muscle-bound pirate who is going to... he is currently grappling you with the hook hand, but he's going to use his other hand, Fox, to strike at you with a wooden mallet that he's got in his hand.
Bring it.
Which is gonna hit for... yeah, it's basically that, Luna. Is gonna hit you for another 5 damage. Bludgeoning. Proud, it's now your turn.
Okay. Since Fox is grappled, if I move here and try to hit this goblin with sneak attack, or do I still get sneak attack, or no?
If Fox was incapacitated and couldn't do anything, then yes. But Fox currently just can't move. He can still do everything else.
Okay.
So he's still like a threat that they would have to focus on. If Fox was like completely down, I would say no, you don't benefit from that. But the fact that Fox is like perfectly capable of attacking this goblin means that he still has to be wary of Fox.
Okay.
So yes.
So, okay. And moving into someone's attack range, that doesn't trigger an opportunity attack. It's when you leave that,
Yes.
correct?
Yeah, of course.
So, I am going to cunning action disengage to leave the Goblin Pirate's attack range.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to move around. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Six. Okay. Yeah. That's the distance of my movement. Okay, and then I'm going to attack my short sword on the Goblin Pirate,
Go for it.
and then blunt force, if I can try it. If that affects anything.
Okay.
That is a 17.
All right. Tell us how you knock him out then.
Oh. That was 17 to hit. Not for
Oh, to hit. Well, with a D, then roll your damage. Yeah, that hits.
Sorry.
No worries. That was my fault. He's not gonna live through this anyway.
Oh. 8 points blunt damage.
All right. So then tell us how you knock him out.
Okay, so I have the hilt of the sword. Like, should have just come with us. Would have saved your friend some trouble, and just knock out the broadside of the hilt onto his forehead.
All right. You crack him over the head, and he just kind of goes limp.
And that's all my movement. So, that will be the end of my turn.
All right. The goblin behind the crates knocks another arrow and fires it at you, Proud. Oh, that definitely hits. Sorry, just D&D Beyond doesn't update you guys' health the same way it does for you guys, for me. So I gotta do it manually, which is what I was doing there. It's
Gotcha.
really annoying, but I need to give you health before I can take any away, which is what I was checking there.
I've got 24, if that helps you.
Yeah. But that one is going to do 6 piercing damage to you, as the arrow kind of catches you right in the shoulder.
Little bastard.
And you hear a little cackle from behind the crates. Periwinkle, your turn.
Perry would like to shoot at Mr. Angry Goblin Arrow Dude. Wow, we're just struggling with the names today. Perry would like to shoot at him, please.
Go for it. Was that 8 to hit?
Sadly, yes, that is an 8 to hit.
That will miss as well. Pretty rough rolls today. I apologize for that.
Let's not talk about that, Jay.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, the other archer on the opposing side, he's doing great today. He's having a real great day.
We'll see how great it is in a few rounds.
The scaly-looking pirate is going to move out of your range. Fox, do you want to make an attack of opportunity?
Heck yeah, I want to make an attack of opportunity.
All right, go for it.
I'm gonna kick him while I'm being held.
You're
like,
being grappled,
flail
but
him
you
out.
can kind of swing one
Yeah.
foot at him as he runs by you.
Okay, I'm rolling normal dice for the rest of this session.
Might
'Cause I
be a
rolled
good
another nat
idea.
one. Yeah, I'm done with this
Yeah,
fucking
these
game.
No,
the
you
roll
guys, no, keep rolling on this.
the roll 20
fine.
rolls have been very low today. Maybe
No, it's
try
terrible.
something else. Roll 20 is
I'd like
being
to think I'm warming up or something, but it's like it's getting worse.
What's funny
No,
is me
no.
and Proud talked about how loaded the D&D Beyond dice are and how high they normally are, and here I am rolling like garbage.
Well, it's because you're on roll 20, not D&D Beyond. That's on you.
No, I'm using D&D Beyond, Jason.
Oh, well. ugh.
Oh, do you have the extension that's doing it?
Yeah, we both do. That's why
Gotcha.
it's going through.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, you try to kind of lash out at him as he sprints by you, but you don't quite catch him. And he's gonna run up to Ender and slash at you with his longsword.
Okay.
Okay, but he misses.
Wow.
I'm sorry, he misses a 9 AC.
He misses, and you see Ender actually just bust out and laugh in his face.
He misses a 9 AC, correct? But he does in fact have multi-attack.
Ah.
And he hits the second one.
Okay,
So
he
don't
starts
go
crying.
getting too cocky. And where the hell did I do that? There it is. He hits you for 7 slashing,
Okay.
and that'll
So
be his turn.
Bit.
So, Fox.
Yes, we are going to try once more with the Fat Man.
I think he prefers Big Bone.
Okay, well, Big Bone gets a nat 20 to the face.
Alright, go for it.
For this, do you want me to do just 2, or do you want me to double whatever I rolled for dice for damage?
Roll your dice twice, is what it is.
'Kay.
D&D Beyond should do it for you if you're using D&D Beyond.
Nope, I'm going strictly normal rolls,
Okay.
and that's 10 damage for the first punch.
Alright. So the large muscle-bound pirate, he's got you by the hook, and he's kind of looped it through your robe, and he's kind of lifting you off the ground so you can't move. But you respond by just punching him right in the face, and you feel like crack as his nose breaks under your fist. And then he just kind of releases you and just timbers to the ground.
About time. Can I move to the lizard guy?
You are free to move as he dropped you.
And I can still use my bonus action to punch? Yes?
Yep, of
maybe?
course.
Great. I'm gonna do that.
Alright, you run up behind the lizard man.
I shit you not, I got another nat 20.
Alright, roll your damage again.
Is that with like normal dice or something? Because sis fish.
I told you, the real dice, they'll never steer you wrong.
That is 6 damage.
Alright. You run up behind the lizard fellow and just kind of crack him over the head. As he's not looking at you, you catch him off guard. Anything else? No.
How's he looking?
He looks okay, but he certainly wasn't expecting to get punched in the back of the head. But he does not look too wounded.
Would I be able to discern if he's like the leader of the group or if he's just another guy? in
I will
group.
say he has a fancier hat than everybody else.
Okay. Going off that, can I use my flurry of blows for another hit? Because it's just one extra hit, right? For a key.
Flurry of Blows is a bonus action, yeah?
It says after you take the attack action, you can use 1 key point to take 2 unarmed strikes.
Yeah, but under where your key
Sorry,
points are,
it does
Flurry
say
of
as a
Blows is a
bonus.
bonus action.
Yep,
And,
I just read that. I'm sorry. Okay.
and you've already used yours, so.
Yes, absolutely. That's my bad.
On a nat 20,
okay.
so it's not exactly a wasted one. But,
Yeah. No, I was just being greedy. That's all. Okay,
No worries.
that sounds great.
Alright, then Ender, it's your turn. You're
Okay.
facing down a rather intimidating looking lizard man with wide, sharp jaws. And a
How
long
tall
sword.
is he?
He's about your height.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of like rotate around him and give a glance at Fox, and then I'm gonna look behind me, and I'm gonna say, "Perry, here's a little help." And I'm gonna cast Bless on Proud Fox and Perry, and you kind of see like this gold shimmer run across all 3 of them, and then it fades. But you guys have an extra D4 on.
Saves and attack rolls.
Yeah, attack rolls and saving throws. Yeah,
Alright.
That'll be my turn.
Alright. The 3 of you feel the blessing of Brava flow through you. Alright. That brings us to this pirate back here. And he's not looking too good. He seems pretty wounded, and your threat, Ender, kind of sent him for a loop. He doesn't really seem like he's willing to die today. So he's gonna move off in this direction. Which brings us to Proud Pool.
All right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and I'm going to attack him, and I'm assuming that's flanked.
No, we don't use flanked, but sneak attack applies.
Okay. So I'm going to attack him with my short sword using Ender's Bless.
Yep.
Oh, no, no.
What'd you get?
Hold on, sorry. Actually, the D4. Okay, so the D4 is a higher number than the D20.
Oof.
So that's a 10 to hit.
That's gonna miss, unfortunately.
So the bonus action will, cunning action, disengage,
All right.
and that's my turn.
All right. You hear from across the room, the smaller goblin that's ducking behind the crates. You hear him saying, "Common, what are you running away for?" to his compatriot, and then he knocks another arrow and fires it up Proud from across the room. And he's going to hit you for 5 piercing.
Ow, mother, that little.
Yeah, you feel another arrow hit you in the back this time. Periwinkle?
Perry would like to shoot at Mr. Angry Goblin Arrowman again.
Okay.
With a D4.
Plus your
Using
D4.
real dice this time. God, guys, it's terrible. I got an 11.
Is that with your D4?
That's with a D4?
Wait, what? Why am I adding a d4?
Because I
Bless.
used Bless on everyone.
Yeah, you're blessed.
Oh, 1 second. sorry guys, because we're using real dice here. I had to go look for it. That's what did I say before? I said 11 plus 4. That's a 15.
That is still insufficient.
What the heck?
He's in half cover, which is why his AC is a little high. Correct.
Very your parry ends our turn. Man, this is triggering.
No movement or anything?
No, no movement.
All right. And then we return to the lizard man. He swings at Fox and misses, and then follows through and swings at Ender and hits.
Okay.
Hits you for 6 slashing, and then make make your concentration save as well.
I rolled a nat 17.
Okay. Then Bless is still up.
Yeah.
And that'll be his turn. Fox.
Okay, 1 second. Let me see about my movement here. Okay, so I'm going to I'm just going to bonus action Step of the Wind.
Mhm.
And use that for wait. Yeah, so I'll take Step of the Wind because I said I would, and I'll do a dash for that as my bonus action. And I'm going. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Continue. I'll ask after.
Okay. And then I'm going to move up to the Goblin Archer because
Okay.
I have 40 feet. With the dash, it should be 80.
So you're dashing, so you're not bonus action disengaging. So you will take a attack of opportunity.
Yes, I'm gonna risk that.
He's gonna hit you for 4 slashing.
Okie dokie.
And now you're free to go.
Great. Because that's my bonus, I only get the 1 punch, right?
Mhm.
Okay. I'm gonna punch the Goblin Archer.
Okay. As you run up, you see this guy kind of like almost stumble back, surprised that you just sprinted so fast up to them.
I missed. I rolled a natural 3.
Yep,
Well-
that does miss. That's with
Yeah.
you
I
have your
suppose,
bless,
like,
but
a
it's not
4
gonna.
doesn't-
It's likely not gonna help.
I mean, it's only a 9 without the bless. In best case, it's only a 13.
Yeah, that won't make a difference.
Okay, that's fine.
Then Ender.
All right. I'm looking at the blood dripping off of this guy's longsword as he's cut into me a couple times.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
Oh, that is not the right button.
Just let me know how much you heal.
I heal myself for a whopping 4 health as a
Alright.
life cleric. But you see some of the cuts from the blade start to
They kind
kind
of
of scar over a little bit.
They seal up and they're not bleeding as heavily now.
And then I'm just gonna look at Proud like, fuck man, this guy's tough. And that's my turn.
This pirate over here, still kind of shaken by Fox just sort of like in his eyes almost teleporting right next to him. He sort of stumbles back. Do you want to make an attack of opportunity?
He said he tried to swing at me and then he backed up.
No, he was just startled that you sort of like appeared right next to him, so he like stumbled backwards. Do you want to make an attack of opportunity?
No, I'll respect him.
Okay. Then he just kind of stumbles back and tries to get away from you. Which brings us to Proud's turn.
Free action. Ender, if you don't kill him, he will kill you. I'm gonna step forward and then attack with the short sword with plus.
Okay.
Okay.
You should have your sneak attack as well.
Yep, that's 23 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, that's 11 points of slashing damage.
All right. You saw his eyes kind of flick across to Ender as he began to heal, but his attention is immediately brought back to you as you open up a couple gashes right in his chest. And you can see that he's bleeding now. He looks a lot worse off than he was at the beginning.
All right, come on, Ender. You might need to finish him off.
All right, man.
The goblin is going to bonus action disengage from you.
Fuck.
And run away. Goblin Archer, aka Evil Baby Yoda. It's not that far off, I suppose. Now that you put it that way.
Wow, now that
That's
you
very
brought it up,
funny.
that looks a lot like Baby Yoda.
It really
No, man,
does.
it looks like Gremlin, like you know that like '90s movie with the
Yeah.
gremlins. They're like afraid of water or something, and then they turn evil. That's what he looks like.
Yeah, he's got both vibes going on. And then he's gonna spin back around and fire at you, Fox. But he's gonna miss.
And he's not behind cover anymore.
An arrow sort of lodges itself in that crate next to you, Fox. Which brings
Whew.
us to Periwinkle's turn.
Betty would finally maybe hit Mr. Angry Goblin Arrow Man. okay, in all seriousness, I'm using real dice. 1 second.
With a D4. Oh wait, did
That-
he
what?
hit me again?
Hmm?
I didn't roll a second con save for Bless. Because he hit me twice, right?
I don't think he hit you twice. He
No, he hit me once. And
He hasn't
missed,
gone
and
yet.
then he
He's
swung at you.
he hasn't gone yet. This round.
Okay.
He swung at Fox and missed, and then swung at you and hit. So you only did one. So you're all good.
But he hit me the previous turn too, because he hit me and I laughed at him, and then he tried to hit me.
I think that was before. Whatever. it
No,
doesn't
that was
matter.
after I
It's-
cast it.
Doesn't matter. If I forgot, it's fine.
So, okay.
18.
I'm not gonna
does
make
hit.
you retroactively. Yeah, 18 hits. I'm not gonna make
Okay,
you
we have
retroactively.
Do we still have blast, right?
Bless is for your attack roll.
Oh, okay.
So if that was an
sweet.
18 without bless, then you don't even need to roll bless because you hit.
No, it was 18 with blast. That's
Okay,
what I was
yeah.
asking.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So roll your
One
damage.
sec. That's a 5.
All right. Fox, you are you see that arrow hit you next to the crate as you watch the goblin kind of scurry away from you, and then out of the corner of your eye you see like a bolt of something fly, and then he just gets hit right in the rib cage with an arrow. And he sort of keels over slightly, but is still just barely standing.
Fox just laughs.
All right.
Can I go punch him now?
When it's your turn, you can, but it's not. It's this guy's turn. And he is going to take one swipe at each of you. He hits Proud. And he hits Ender as well. Proud, he hits you for 6 slashing damage. Ender hits you for 5.
And my bless fades.
You failed, you say?
Yeah.
Got it.
Proud's looking pretty bloody.
I think everybody is at this moment, except for maybe Perry. But that is his turn, so Fox, it's now your turn.
I'm gonna go punch Baby Yoda.
Bless is gone. Alright, you feel your blessing fade as you sprint across the room at the Goblin Archer.
Okay, well, as the bless failed, so did my punch, and I swung too high.
Yeah, he's a short little guy. You gonna make another strike?
I am, and this one's a natural 20.
Alright, roll your damage.
3 crits. What are you, Hearth and Home?
Called me Hilda. That's 8 damage.
Alright, tell me what you do to this little goblin then.
So after I swing high on my left, I go with my right knee and just go right for his jaw on his left, my right side, and just clean clock him.
Yeah, you catch him right in the jaw. You feel something break, and he just goes flying across the room, smashes into this table, and goes limp.
And then before my turn ends, I want to say to the guy close to me who's scared shitless,
Mhm.
don't go anywhere.
He
I
just
want
kind
to
of,
talk to-
you see him like visibly gulp, and he just nods.
I want to talk to you. And that's it.
All right, Ender. You're feeling pretty bloody, but this lizard man's looking pretty bad too. Both of you are breathing hard. What do you do?
Okay, I'm gonna walk out to him. I'm gonna look at Proud, and then I'm gonna punch him right in the face.
Proud?
You're magic. What?
No, I'm
Yeah,
punching the lizard
Punch
guy. with it.
Proud.
This is a
Okay.
facade.
I assumed you were punching the lizard, but I just wanted to ask that because of the phrasing.
Yeah, I'm punching the lizard
Okay.
guy. All right. Does a 17 hit?
Mhm.
Okay, I hit him for 3 bludgeoning damage.
All right. I don't think he was expecting you to do that. As you sort of caught him off guard, and just clock him a good one right in the jaw. And he sort of shakes his head in surprise, but he's still standing.
Okay. Just give him a stare in the eye, like I'm not backing down.
Across the room, Fox, the pirate that you threatened, he was holding like a scimitar, but after you threaten him, he gulps and nods, and then just drops the scimitar on the ground and holds his hands up.
Nice.
Proud, it's your turn.
Proud is just stunned by Ender with his fist. Okay, talk about this later, and then I'm gonna attack with the short sword on the guy in front of me.
Okay.
That is a 22 to hit.
Hits.
That is 9 points of slashing damage.
All right. Then you open up a big slice across this guy's. Well, you can tell us what you do to him then.
I'm so stunned by that, but I immediately shift focus and come back and then finish off the gash that I had to get as deep of a cut as I can.
You hear kind of a gurgling noise, and he sort of coughs out some blood and then collapses. All right, I believe. All right. So now you stand in this large, dimly lit storage room with a bunch of collapsed pirates and one very terrified looking pirate on the far end of the room. And you are now out of combat.
And
Okay, so
only
this
one of them
guy-
is dead, right? Or alive. Sorry. Besides the scared
This
shitless
way,
dude.
this guy's dead.
Mhm.
This guy was knocked out.
Right.
This guy went flying
and-
into a table, and there was no unconscious thing, so I'm gonna say he's dead.
Right.
This guy, you'd have to probably check him to tell.
Okay.
Betty would like to loot.
Okay.
I can do a quick summary of the loot if you want me to just sum it all up. Of like if you're looting the bodies, is what you're saying?
Yes, that works.
Okay, I'll do a summary of just everybody then. You spend some time. Fox, you kind of give this guy a glare. He looks afraid of you, and he just kind of sits down against the wall, waiting for you guys to come talk to him. But the rest of you spend some time looting through the bodies. And
This,
on the
wait, this one's knocked out, right? Sorry.
this one's knocked out, correct?
Okay. Yeah.
And on the bodies you find, on the big guy there is a light hammer, which is a weapon. 2 daggers between all the pirates. A long sword from the lizard man. And the tiny guy has a short bow and 5 arrows.
Do we know which pirates had the daggers
This guy
on
dropped
them?
a scimitar, sorry.
Or if that matters.
Yeah, this guy, and then this guy threw down a dagger.
The scared guy, and then which guy had a dagger?
The goblin.
The
we
one
knocked
that
out.
Anders, the knocked out one,
Okay.
had a dagger.
Proud is gonna grab the rope and then bring it over to where the goblin pirate is, and then tie up his unconscious body after we're done looting.
Well, hang on. I grab him and I say, before you start tying him up, I'm like, here, let's go over here. And I pull him, if you want to move his character. I'm going to move him over to the table.
Okay.
and then like sit him down in a chair, and then have Proud tie him like to the back of the chair.
I'm gonna tie the goblin pirate to the back of the chair, and I'm gonna check the goblin archer. We can tell that corpse is dead, right?
Yeah, he's not moving, and you don't sense any breathing.
Okay. I'm just gonna lay the goblin archer corpse next to the goblin pirate.
And then after we do that, I like nod to this guy to get over here and sit down in another chair.
He doesn't say anything, but he just sort of nods and sits down here.
And then I point Proud to grab this pile of ropes and start tying him up too.
Before we start anything, just to recap the loop, you said a longsword, scimitar, short bow with 5 arrows, and a light hammer, correct?
Light hammer,
Okay.
2 daggers, scimitar, longsword, short bow, and quiver with 5 arrows.
Okay, perfect. I just want to keep track of that. Thank you.
Yeah, I have it. If you want to ask again when you have a more opportune moment to start equipping things, or if you want to divvy out the loot, I have the list. So, if you want to cover that in a second, we can do that.
Okay. I'm tying. If he's gonna let me, I'm gonna tie him up to the chair.
He doesn't put up any resistance.
Okay. I tie him to the chair. So his hands and legs are bound to it.
He looks timidly back and forth between you, Proud, and Ender, and Fox, who are all standing around him, and this is, what do you lot want from us?
Well, we didn't find what we came here, so that's what we need you for. We're looking. Well, actually, you can tell us what we're looking for. Why do you think we're down here?
And you're gonna tell us truthfully. And I cast Zone of Truth.
Okay. 1 sec. Point to the square where you cast it.
I'm gonna cast it like right in the center at the table.
All right.
Well, I mean, like just enough to get him in, but I'm assuming all of us are gonna be inside of it.
Yes. Oh, hang on. Oh, it's been annoying. 1 sec. There we go. 7 and 1 more. Okay. There's his Zone of Truth.
Nice.
All right, mate. You know what this is, right? This feeling that you just got.
Yeah, he gets the sense that he knows what's happening to him. I just want to double check Zone of Truth for a sec. Charisma save. Alright, he fails a save. The lot of you.
I'm not going to resist it.
Alright. If anyone wants to resist it, Fox, if you're resisting it. Fox?
Nick.
Yeah, I was rolling.
Alright, he's got a 13 charisma save?
Yeah, it's 13.
It was a 15.
Alright, you're allowed to lie then.
Is Perry standing over there?
Perry hasn't moved, so...
She's coming over. Sorry, her computer turned off because her
Mm.
battery died, and she tried to plug it in. She's fixing it, but she's good now.
Not a problem. She can. I'll say that she was looting, and then she kind of headed over to you guys. So if she wants to not stand in it, she can. If she doesn't want to stand inside the sphere.
Okay.
But
I
if she
did
want,
not want to stand in the sphere
okay.
in the
Uh,
first place.
Then yeah, you're standing out just outside the ley line. You can see drawn on the ground.
That would be right.
So you are also allowed to lie. But as you ask, why do you think we're here? He says, I suppose it's got something to do with that map we stole.
It is. Very good. And here, if you tell us where it is, I offer this truth. And I will offer this truth. If you tell us where the map is, who has it, where it's hidden, we will not kill you. I can only speak for myself, but I will do my best to let you go.
Then what are you gonna
You
do
can
with
leave
me?
here with your life.
I can leave? Like just walk out of here?
If you tell us exactly what we need, answer all of our questions, and help us recover that lost piece of map, then you will be able to leave.
Um
And if you have any other further stipulations along the way, we will have you invoke those on at that point. But at the end, you will be allowed to leave with your life.
he nods and says, I guess I can tell you then.
Okay.
What's your name?
What the hell is his name? I wrote it down, but let me find it. It's not open right now, so I gotta go pull it out. Hang on, I was finding Zone of Truth, so I'm in my spells list, my spells assets. So I gotta go find. It's something simple, but his name is Lem. My name's Lem.
Like the animal lamb?
Lem. Lem.
Okay, lamb.
Did you ask another question with what else other than what is your name?
Nope.
All right, Len, where is that map?
Should be in the captain's office. He nods his head towards the door to his right.
Len, who's the captain?
Well, the captain ain't here right now. Captain Iron Tusk.
Captain Iron Tusk. When did the captain leave this area?
Well, we just work for him as a part of his massive group. We're not really too up and up on where he is, so I don't know exactly where he is. So I can't really tell you when he left here. He doesn't really come around this town much.
When does he come around?
Well, like I said, we're just one branch of the captain's crew, so we don't see him too much.
Does your crew have a name?
Well, most of folk just call us Iron Tusk's Brood, but I don't know.
Is there a key or are there traps?
No traps, and I think it's unlocked, but I wasn't the one who left there most recently.
Can I go try and unlock the door?
It's unlocked.
Do you want me to go collect the goods?
Not yet. You said it was in the office. Where exactly is it in the office?
I don't know. That'd be a question for our leader. And he just kind of looks across the room.
Well, clearly he can't answer. So,
But
what was the plan?
should be in there somewhere.
Well, what was the plan? Who killed the halfling?
Well, that'd be. He nods his head at the tied up unconscious goblin. That'd be Grok.
Grok. All right. Do you know what's on the map?
Boss didn't really tell me. Just said that it was some sort of treasure map.
Why are you guys underneath the silver?
Well, I don't really know the details, but Boss told us there was an old smuggling thing down here that Captain Iron Tusk used to use, and so we hid out here after the whole lockdown happened.
Where were you guys before?
Well, we were just out in Drosis and just like normal, but then we needed a spot to hide, and Boss said this was a good spot.
Who killed the courier that was bringing the map to the other pirate crew?
That was Grok. He points at the goblin again, nods his head at the goblin. But Grok comes running up to us one day and says that he got a haul, and that he mugged some courier and well, we didn't know it was Captain Wealth. And then all of a sudden, the entire town's on lockdown, and we've got nowhere to go. And so, boss tells us that we can hide out here for the time being until maybe things blow over.
Did he use the dagger? And I point to the one of the daggers that Perry collected.
I don't know. I wasn't there. He just comes running back, says he mugged some courier, and that he got a haul for us, beaming from tooth to tooth. That smile was gone once he figured out whose map that was.
Was Captain Iron Tusk a public figure in Drosis before all of you went hidden?
So you've never heard of him, Proud. And you are relatively versed on the pirates of Carcassonne and Averlin. But he says, I don't know, we know about the captain, but I don't know if you know about him.
Well,
What does he look like?
The Drosis folk town, what I meant. The
Well,
people who aren't hiding.
Probably not. He doesn't come around here much. He likes to low profile, let others do his work, you know?
Can you give us a description of what he looks like?
Huge fella. Big trunk, big tusks.
You said that you're one part of Captain Iron Tusk's crew. What are the other parts?
just a small little division. I don't know the logistics of every other division of his thing. That'd be something that only Captain Iron Tusk would know. We're just one little part of his crew.
Do you have a way to contact him?
Well,
I mean,
we-
I'm sure if you find something out, you can give him information somehow, right?
we were trying, but ain't working too well. What with the lockdown and can't leave town. Got to hide out in this little smuggler's den. It's musty down here. We really couldn't get much of a message out. We were trying though.
Wait, when did you last see your Captain Iron Tusk?
Must be well over a year now.
You last saw the captain over a year ago?
Yeah, like I said, we're not a member of his actual crew. We're just a division of his fleet.
So you guys stole the map
Yeah, we
just
Grok-
individually. It wasn't like his orders or anything.
No. Grok comes running in, says, "Look what I got. We're gonna impress the captain with this one."
Did you communicate with the captain? You must have communicated with the captain because that's how he told you to hide under here.
No. Boss said that, not captain. He nods his head across. And we were trying to get the captain to maybe help us out and fancy us up an escape from this town, but none of our messages were getting through. We kept sending a bird out with messages. Bird kept coming back with the message still attached.
Where was the bird going to?
We were trying to send him to Captain Iron Tusk.
Right. Where was that? You must have told the bird directions or a destination.
Like I said, it's probably something that the boss would know, but not me. Not privy to that kind of information.
Where's the bird at?
Back in the captain's office. Nods his head back towards the door.
Oh, I've got all the questions I can answer. Ender, how long does this zone stay up for?
It lasts for 10 minutes.
I have a question. Is there an exit or another entry point in the captain's quarters? Or is it just this door?
No, there's no other entry point. Just that door you see there. Nods his head, kind of craning it towards the door.
Okay. Ender, I think you should keep watch on him, but if Fox, Perry, and I go in there and get the map out, we should be back right away if everything he says really is true. If not, we just keep grilling you until we get back out with it. You got it?
Okay. I have an idea for him, too, once we're done.
Okay.
Okay,
And then
so
I'm gonna tighten up these knots as well.
Alright.
make sure he can't get away.
Yeah, he's still unconscious, but the knots are nice and tight. He doesn't seem like he's gonna go anywhere.
I'm gonna just stand and watch while they go search the office.
Perry, you're going with?
Yes, Perry's going with.
Okay, one sec. All right. You open that door to a small hallway, and before you can see, just down it, another opening into this room. So this door is not locked, and it creaks open. Inside you can see kind of a nicer room than the rest of this little lair that was hidden under the tavern. There's a rather nice looking desk and an ornate chair. There's a dresser, that kind of a cabinet on the far end, and a wolfskin rug on the floor. A chest along the wall to your left, and then the first thing that probably draws your attention when you walk in this room is a large bird cage with a black feathered owl who hoots at you as you enter.
Oh, that's a little frightening. All right.
Who?
I'm
He just asked who. My name's Perry.
How many times am I gonna get that?
Proud's heart breaks a little bit.
It was really good.
I almost want to give myself 1 psychic damage, but
I mean, let's be honest. Who wouldn't make that joke?
oh my.
Yeah, we have to have at least one. So
No, did you?
no, I know.
Okay. All right. All right.
Perry runs to the bird. Hello, bird. My name's Perry.
Didn't bring it up because I didn't want to cause you any more psychic damage.
Yeah. Foxberry, let's split up.
The bird hoots at you as you look through the cage at it. Fox, as you look at the desk, it doesn't seem to be too much in it, but sitting on top of it, there is a folded piece of parchment. Proud, as you open that chest, you see two things. You see a leather pouch and something that is wrapped in cloth. So two different items in there.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna touch the leather pouch first. Like,
Kind
just
of
barely. And see.
jingles a little. It's a
Okay,
familiar
I'm gonna-
feeling.
All right. I'm gonna grab the leather pouch and look inside.
Inside is quite a few gold pieces. I
Alright.
can give you the total if you want to count them while everybody else is looking at stuff. But if you want to just hold
I'll
off,
do-
then we can do other stuff.
I'll hold out. I'll pocket the pouch, but look at that later, and then I'll grab the cloth, lay it on the deck here, and then unfold it gingerly so that whatever's inside is visible, but that the cloth is underneath it on the deck.
Okay. So inside that cloth is a metal circlet, like you would wear around your head, and along one side of the circlet, presumably where it would kind of sit on your forehead, is two yellow gems sitting side by side. Fox, as you look through the desks, through the desk sitting in this room, you find a sort of cylindrical leather case, like the kind that you would keep papers in to stop them from getting wrinkled. And other than that, you also find sitting on top of the desk is a folded piece of parchment.
Can I open the drawers and see if there's like a secret compartment or if there's like a secret floor underneath the desk at all,
Uh,
just in case there might be something else?
Make an investigation check for me.
19.
All right. You do not find any sort of secret contraptions, or any sort of hidden floorboards or anything in there. You feel confident that there's nothing hidden here.
Great. After that, can I go to this, I assume, for lack of a better term, chest? This like container.
Which?
Like the wardrobe.
Oh, the wardrobe.
Oh, it's a wardrobe. Yeah, can I go ahead and look through the wardrobe, see what he's got going on?
Inside the wardrobe is just some traditional kind of very piratey looking clothing. But sitting along kind of like just along one of the shelves is a metal key.
Does this door that's in front of us, does it have a spot to put a key?
This one?
Yes.
The one that you came through? No, it doesn't.
Okay.
But Perry, as you're looking at the birdcage, it has a lock on it.
I found a key, but I don't see anything. Do you guys see something that I can put a key in?
Mr. Grumpy Man, I think it goes into this bird cage. Also, I don't think the bird wants to be in there anymore because I'm staring at it intently, and I can just tell it doesn't want to be in there anymore.
Perry, it periodically kind of scratches with one of its claws at the cage, and you can see tied around its foot, around its leg, is a small rolled up piece of paper.
Ooh, a message. Little birdie has a message. Please bring key over here so I can open possible key to cage.
I step about here, give her the key, and then I want to move the rug in case there's something underneath it.
He's been watching Hearth and Home. There's nothing under there.
Are there any windows that I can stand in front of once they
No.
open the cage? Okay. Okay.
You're underground.
Is this thing behind the chair, is that like a picture?
Yeah, it's a
This
painting.
frame?
It's a painting of a rather large and imposing looking figure who, from their garb, you can tell that they are definitely a pirate. Sorry, I don't have an image to show you.
Does it move?
No.
Fox, did you? Sorry, go ahead.
No, you continue. You continue.
Fox, did you inspect the paper yet?
No, I was going to wait until we met with Ender. Shall I open it now?
I think we can just open to confirm it, and then we'll see. So I'm gonna look at the paper.
Very well.
I'm not certain that too many of you guys would have seen this particular race, but for reference, the painting is of a rather large, even for a Loxodon, fellow, and it has tusks that appear to be sort of capped in iron.
I never heard of this guy, and he has a fleet.
We should ask the captain, see if he knows anything.
Well, yeah. I don't necessarily want to start a pirate world war, though.
Why? We're not one of them. It doesn't
Well-
concern us.
You're not one of them. I don't want to get wrapped into that.
Are you of the Iron Tusk group? Or Captain Sin whatever the Fox group?
No, but
Alright
these
then,
things tend to
I open the
spread.
map.
All right.
Or folded parchment, I should say.
Then this is what you see.
And this language is intentionally something we can't read, right?
Seems to be undecipherable. It's nothing that you recognize.
Is this about the size of a normal sheet of paper?
Yep. I'd say maybe slightly bigger.
Is it dark enough that if I put one of my pieces of parchment over it, that I could trace out this map?
It'd probably be rough unless you had some light that you held it up against. But if you did that, then perhaps held it up to some light, maybe.
Do you want to keep a copy of this map for yourselves, Proud?
Absolutely. It looks like there's a light in the desk and a light by the door. If we
Let's
hold
use
it up,
the desk, yeah.
yeah, maybe onto the wall. I've looked at maps a couple times before, so I can trace over it. Try to do as neatly as possible.
All right. Well, here's some ink and a pen and a piece of paper.
All right. I'm gonna very carefully trace over it to try to not leave any traces on the original map, or even like I can do it side to side, so that I ensure that I don't get any ink on the original map.
Yeah, whichever one you want to do.
Okay. Yep. The one that doesn't get any ink on the map.
Okay, then side by side. Then you come up with a relatively rough approximation of the map. It's not an exact copy, but it's close enough, you figure.
Fox, what do you think? Think I'm getting my way to being a cartographer?
Mm, don't quit your day job, but
Yeah,
it'll work.
I think my left arm's the writing one anyway. Been a while
Yeah,
since I've written anything.
it's a bit of an inconvenience, but I think it'll do. Can
Okay.
I also open the cylinder case while we're here and see what papers are inside?
Cylinder.
There's 2 sheets of paper, but they're blank.
If I hold them to the light, do they show anything different?
No.
Do you want to put our copy in here, Proud, and then we'll just give him the map?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Perfect. I think we should go. Perry, are you taking the bird or are we leaving it?
Perry's not quite sure. It's been very quiet, but Perry will try to open cage and see if it will come to Perry's arm. You know, like when you call doggy and you're like, "Come here, doggo," maybe it'll come to me.
So you unlock the cage then?
Yes, Perry unlocks the cage and like sticks her hand like, "Come to me, birdie."
The bird hops out under your forearm.
Guys, Perry is chosen.
Wait, Perry, is that something on its leg?
Yes, sorry, Perry's still distracted because Perry is chosen.
May I see that, please?
Sure, Mr. Grumpy Man. Here you go. Perry takes the note out of the, I don't know, is it tied? Perry unties it and gives it to Mr. Grumpy Man.
Yeah, it was tied around the owl's leg, and it's sort of like tightly frilled up into a little cylinder of paper.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the light and then I'm gonna see if I can read it. I'll open it up.
All right, you
Wow,
unfurl it.
While Fox is doing that, Perry's like stroking the bird, like, "Good birdie."
You unfurl it, and it reads this.
I read out loud. Captain Iron Tusk. We seem to have gotten ourselves into a bit of a bind. Turns out the courier Grok sliced up was working for wealth. Whole towns on lockdown, and now we are trapped in the smuggling den. The boys and I have been very loyal to you in the past, and we was wondering if you could arrange a way to get us out of this whole mess. Please let us know if our message got through. This damn bird won't listen to a thing we say. Your humble and loyal crew member, Slizder Scarleret.
Well, this message with the map and the goblin is plenty of evidence. And even you throw in a dagger, you got this entire thing locked up.
Shall we take the goblin and leave now?
Yeah, I think we take Grok, and we'll take this note, we'll take the map, and then I, there's a pretty cool looking pirate hat on that lizard captain. Bring that just as extra proof, and I'm gonna see if I can raid also the wardrobe.
The
here.
barrels? Okay.
No, the wardrobe here with the cool pirate clothing.
I went to check the barrels in case there is produce or something that we can take with us. It's always good to have more rations.
Not a bad idea, and that lobster guy owes us.
Yeah, we still need to talk to him. I want
Yeah.
to know if he works for Captain Destry. Seems like he doesn't, but he has a connection, and I want to know why.
Do too. But yeah, I'm gonna raid the wardrobe. Any pirate gear that looks cool. Wait, is it oversized or giant?
No. The it seems like it probably belonged to the lizard folk, and he was about your size. So it's not oversized. It doesn't fit you perfectly, but it's not oversized. You find some sort of some ruffled white shirts, and some leather slacks, and basically now you have a couple extra outfits of pirate gear.
Hell yeah. Any different colors in red?
Yeah, sure. There's a couple different shirts. There's a green one and a blue one.
All right. Get to mix and match. All right. Perry, you want to come with your new friend?
Perry is still very shook. Bird Chaucer. Anyways, Bird has name. Bird, I decided to call him Ebony. Birdie, do you like that name?
The bird just kind of
Ebony.
hoots at you.
Like the color.
Ah,
Perry is ready to go and play with Ebony the Birdie.
Remember, he's not just something you play with. You have to feed him and take care of him.
Perry's like stroking Ebony, and she's just like, pretty bird to play with.
Perry, let's go.
Perry. I'm gonna give you you now have permission to move Val. Can you check it out for me?
Sweet.
Just
It's
make
like
sure it works.
adopting a new pet, guys. I'm a proud owner of an owl now.
Just making sure it worked that you can move the owl around.
Ooh, I cannot.
Okay, let me double check why. Turn by, yeah, that should be. Unless. One sec. Try that again. Periwinkle, edited and controlled by. Yeah, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to.
Let me refresh, but like I just click on him and like move him like my character, right?
Should be able to. Try it
Yeah,
again.
give me 1 sec. I'm gonna refresh.
If not, then I'll figure it out in between the sessions. I can move him for now.
Okay, we good. Got it.
Perfect. Alright, so you're in control of Ebony now. So you guys are heading out of this room back to the larger smuggling room then?
That is correct.
Alright.
Okay, when you guys walk out, Ender's sitting at the table across from this guy, and he has like his holy symbol out in front of him, and he's just like, "Yeah, you can like totally change your life around if you just follow Brava. You can like put all this behind you and turn a new leaf. Become a better man. Oh, hey
Um,
guys.
As you guys walk out and you see that happening, you can also see Lem just kind of like enthusiastically nodding along to what Ender says.
Well, Ender, good news. We got the map, and we've got a note that the lizard guy was trying to send out to pirates. Everything that Len told us was the truth.
Perry adopted the bird.
Oh, that happened too. Yeah.
Nice. It's very pretty.
Thank you. His name is Ebony, and Ebony is gonna learn some tricks.
I go and look at the sailor knots that Proud tied behind his back, and I'm like, Proud, I might need you to come untie these.
Okay. I think Ender, I like what you're doing. And Len, I'd recommend staying here for a day or two at least until the lockdown's for sure lifted. That way you don't get in any trouble, okay?
I guess so.
All right. Don't worry. We'll get this all settled today and you will be able to be back on the surface. Won't be in the stank area anymore. Thank you again for the help. Now, so I didn't do Len's binds. I'm gonna get by Grok to.
You see Lem kind of stretch and kind of move his arms around as they were a little stiff from being tied there. But the Grok, the small little goblin, is relatively easy to just kind of hoist over your shoulder.
While he's doing that, can I look in these crates?
Most of them are empty and some of them have rotten food. It seems like this smuggling operation has not been going on for quite a while.
And I assume that's the same for the sacks and the barrels by the entrance.
Correct.
Perry sees what Fox is doing, and Perry goes, Mr. Grumpy Man, are you looking for Duna coins?
No comment.
I will say the barrels, the sacks are also full of kind of rotten food, but the barrels are filled with wine, which doesn't smell like it's gone bad.
Looking into the channel of water, does it look like it's flowing out into the ocean? Or is it like still?
It's flowing like a river kind of out into like a cave that you can't really see.
Okay. Hey, Proud, can you tell if this is seawater?
Sure. I'm gonna put Grok down for a second, then put my right hand in the water.
It's a little far down to just put your hand in there.
Oh, okay.
It's a bit of a drop down there. Hence why they have
how deep is it?
hence why they have a crane. It's about maybe a 20-foot drop into the water.
Okay.
Why
I'm
don't you
gonna-
just do that thing you do where
Yeah, I'm doing that. I use the shape water cube, and I hover it over Ender. All right, ready?
I'm
I'm just kidding. I throw it on myself and try to tell if it's seawater or freshwater.
All right, you splash yourself with the water, and it's the familiar briny taste of seawater.
Ah. Yep. No, that's seawater. Good old seawater. Where do you think that leads?
I'm not sure, but I don't think it's particularly important to our endeavor right now. So
it's
No.
my guess would be maybe there is like an outlet somewhere where you can bring in your little boat. I don't know what it's called. Little ships.
yeah,
little
I mean
rowboats.
they have to have a way to smuggle things in and out of here, right? So
That's probably true. Oh, that might have been. That's that's interesting. It does make sense. It's a smuggling place.
All right. So you guys are heading back out into the hall?
Yeah, and then we're taking Grok with us,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna take the lizard guy's hat.
Okay.
The fancy one.
Yeah, it's a fancy one with kind of a golden little clasp on it, as you can see.
Are we gonna handle the whole weapon thing later, like the divvy out of equipment?
We can do that now, or we
Yeah.
can do it in a bit if you want.
What do you guys want?
Do it at the end of the
I-
session too, if you want. I don't know
Let's.
what you guys
I
are gonna
think
get
we
up
should
to in the rest
wait.
of the session, but if you're
Yeah.
worried
I
about
think we
getting
should
into
wait
combat
and
immediately,
see what Captain Sincarius offers us as well. Maybe it'll
Yeah.
change our minds on what we each are possessing.
We
Okay,
might
cool.
also want to, as we're walking up, it's like we might also want to put equipment away from us and not have anything on us.
Why? Why don't we just let him know that we found a group of pirates that belonged to Iron Tusk, but it wasn't his direct line? As
That part's not the one I'm worried about. I'm wondering about the counterfeit map that I took or that I made.
but just put it in the bag. He's not gonna care about the backpack.
Or you can put it in my purple sock. He probably won't look in here.
All he's
I'm-
gonna see is the weapons and
I-
your new hat and new clothes.
I'm
And
going
understand.
to do that. I'm going to put the map into Ender's purple sock.
okay.
The counterfeit map.
Yeah, it's in a cylindrical case, by the way. So you got that. It looks a little awkward.
Wait, the counterfeit one that we.
Yes,
True.
I put the counterfeit into the cylindrical case, so we had it. If you guys want, you can flip it, but I put the fake that was ours in that case because I wanted the case.
Yeah, no, we'll take the case. The regular one should just be folded.
Sure.
So now
So
you
you,
got a big stock.
so you're
think-
putting the case inside the sock?
No, I
That's
take
why I
the.
said put in the bag, dude.
No, I take the counterfeit map out of the case, and I just give the case back to Fox, and then I'm like,
Okay.
here, we'll just roll it up for now, and we can keep it in the case after we talk to him. But it'll be easier to hide just in the sock by itself.
I go
Yeah.
and put the case in Perry's bag while she's fiddling with her owl.
Okay.
So heading back out into the hallway. Oh yeah. So you make your way back into that hallway where you first met the Grok.
Click.
Click, and the pit that you left open shuts with a click. The floorboards rise back to replace themselves, and the floor is back where it should be.
If that goblin on your shoulder is conscious, I wouldn't mind throwing him into here again. Give him a little taste of his own medicine.
Well, if he gets too heavy, we can just start dragging him.
Did you guys? Okay, while we're here, did you guys notice that there was the button on the wall before he pushed it?
No, but we noticed the floor being colored differently, and none of us thought anything of it.
No,
Because
that's a really small detail.
just for fun, I was like, I'll put that there and I'll see if they notice it.
Oh, I thought that was part of the wood. Like, like how there's like notches on wood.
Yeah,
Honestly, I'm zoomed out like far enough where I can see the whole map, so I can't really catch details like that as
Hmm.
easily.
I just alt
But-
scroll constantly to give you guys better camera angles, so I'm always zooming in and out. All right, then making your way back along the corridors. To well, I guess you can tell me where you're going.
We're just gonna go back up to the tavern.
Back to Sunken Silver Interior. And one sec. The chef is still in the kitchen, cooking away as you open up the trapdoor and head back up the ladder. One sec, guys. Take a bathroom break because I need to be right back.
The backpack, unless she
Well-
gave
Well,
one
yeah,
the backpack.
whatever we fit into the backpack Perry's holding, everything else I'm holding. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking like before we get on the Acadia, before we go back to Captain Sincarius, that way, yeah, just try to store everything because, yeah, just in case.
All right, I'm back.
Are we just gonna try and negotiate for more money when we talk to him?
I think we present the evidence and then make our case then, and we'll see what he says.
Yeah, I think we should see what he offers us before we jump the gun.
Yeah. And then, Jay, I'm just going to assume that I took the magic circlet back with me.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if you caught us discussing carrying capacity, but everything that would fit into the backpack we put into Perry's bag, and then I'm carrying everything else.
Yeah, don't worry too much about carrying capacity.
Okay.
Okay.
Might be an issue if you guys were going on like a big long hike through the jungle or something like that, but if you're just walking around town, I don't really have too much an issue with carrying
On the
capacity.
way
Yeah.
to the Barrow Downs.
I was thinking more just like in case someone gets searched for whatever reason, then you know who's holding what.
Yeah, that's a good idea to figure out who's holding what. But I was gone, so
Yeah, that's why I'm clarifying.
yeah, so you have the map in your sock, and then most of the other are just kind of generic items.
Yeah, I'm assuming like the longsword maybe won't fit into the bag, so I'm holding like that kind of thing.
I can carry the longsword. I wanted it anyways.
Okay, that's cool.
Fox, it had a sheath with it too, let's just say.
Okay.
He
Great.
got it kind of around his belt, so you can loop that off of him and take it with you.
Yeah, that'll be perfect.
I'm not gonna make you carry it around with your hands.
Yeah, that'd be a little reckless. By the way, what time is it roughly? Like, I assume there's people in the tavern by now and stuff.
Actually, yeah, sure. Let's say there's a couple people in there. It's probably a bit past midday now. So it's not like prime hours for the tavern, so they're not busy. But
We wouldn't be designated as night owls yet.
no. So there's like a couple people in here, or just more eating food than drinking. But it's not an empty tavern anymore.
I guess we'll work back here. just kind of quietly. I want to get the chef's attention and say, "All right, so you have some explaining to do."
He's kind of busy chopping up some food, but he turns towards you and says, "I suppose so. What would you like to know?"
What is your connection with Iron Tusk, and why did you let them just stay here?
Well, long time ago, I heard that this tavern before I bought it, um, was hiding a smuggling ring for, I believe Captain Iron Tusk was mentioned, but can't say I know the fellow myself. Never did any dealings with him. I bought the tavern from the previous owner. Not much said about that. But all of a sudden, a couple days ago, this lot they come running in, and they corner me while I'm in my cellar, and they told me that they were taking over again, and that if I wanted to remain alive, then I would allow them to continue to use it as a little hideout. They even offered me a little bit of gold to stay silent about it, as the lockdown's around. So I tried to stay silent, but your friends here were pretty insistent on finding out, and to be honest, it wasn't nearly enough gold, and I imagine whatever Captain Wealth can do to me is much worse than those goons downstairs.
I appreciate the honesty, and I will be honest with you. You will not have an issue with them anymore. There is one down there alive, and he chose not to fight, so we left him to live. He is choosing to stay down there. Well, we told him to stay down there, so he can wait until the ban is lifted, and then he will leave. So you may use that space how you will. I just want you to know that there are bodies. There is possibly a way to get in there from the outside, but you have that for what you want.
I see. Well, I thank you for ridding me of my little problem, my pest infestation, if you will.
Of
Now
course.
you won't have to worry about the smell.
Well, I never had to worry about the smell, and he kind
I-
of taps his
That's
nose with one
literally
of his
right next to
claws.
him.
And to further assuage you, when we explain what happened, you didn't let us in. We broke into the cellar.
Of course. I've
Wink,
never
wink.
seen you before in my life.
All right.
Just your average,
Thank you.
ordinary tavern patrons.
Exactly. And I feel like we'll be coming back.
All right. Well,
Just to be patrons,
we've always
though.
got ale and meat here for those in need.
Sounds good to me. All right. Dragging Grog behind. Come on, you little shit.
All right. As you kind of head back out into the tavern, you can see a couple more people sitting at the tables, but the two at this table here are engaged in conversation and don't really notice you. You can see Captain, who's sitting here. She just kind of shoots you a quizzical look as the four of you just walk out of the kitchen together.
As I walk,
yeah, go.
behind Fox, I just kind of like whisper behind him. Remember when you thought she was the one that could have done this?
I gave her too much credit, I think. I thought the innocence was a ploy. Should have known she was genuine.
Fox is hot in the trail. Inspector Fox.
All right, then. You make your way back up the stairs to the exterior of the Sunken Silver Tavern. Still dragging this goblin. He kind of thuds with each step as you drag him up, but he doesn't seem to be moving.
Can I check his pulse, make sure he's still breathing and he's potentially faking it?
He still has a pulse and he's breathing, but he doesn't seem to be moving at all.
Just don't hit his head too hard, Proud.
He's lucky he didn't get the sharp end of the blade. He's more valuable alive than dead anyway.
Well, for now, anyways.
For now.
All right, you cut your way back across the water markets, making your way past the merchants. I'm assuming. Well, I guess tell me where you're going.
To
Singarius.
yeah, we're
To
gonna
be a
go
cut-
talk
Yeah.
to
Churchill.
Churchill. Yeah.
All right, then you go back to the dock districts.
Drag. Grog.
Yeah, you get some odd looks from the merchants as you drag a goblin behind you, but they don't seem to say anything. They mind their own business. Churchill is standing here. He sees you approach and says, "Something to report then?"
Actually, yes. A full report for you and the captain.
Yes, well, I suppose we should speak to the captain then.
We should. Happy to speak with him immediately.
Very well. Come with me. Perry, we're just going to assume that Ebony is with you until you say otherwise. Just so we don't have to constantly be dragging him around on every map.
I would love that.
You would love to drag him around on every map?
No, we're just gonna assume he's on my shoulder or something. Cause man, I had to like do that thing where you do the big box and try to pull him with me.
Yeah.
So it's a boy owl.
I guess unless Perry
Yes.
would prefer not it to be female, it doesn't really matter to me.
I will make it a boy owl.
All right. The boat pushes away, and Churchill has you assist him in rowing, and you pull out of the harbor and head towards the a large ship with black sails that's anchored out in the bay. And before long, you pull up beside a large ship, and a rope ladder is tossed over for you to climb aboard.
Ooh, all right, this is gonna be tough. Fox, can you help us with Grog?
Yes, yes. Let me see him.
Struggle to get the chair up the ladder.
With all of your combined efforts, you with a bit of heaving and hawing, you managed to finally get this chair up. Some of the crew members who are scuttling about on the ship, the one that threw the ladder down to you, kind of helps pull from the other end. As
This is more trouble than he's worth.
Here you go.
Hey Churchill, I bet this is much more terrifying coming at a ship rather than a ship coming at it. I'm just pointing at like the massive black sails.
He just kind of, he's not one for many words. He just kind of looks at you.
Yep, terrifying indeed.
You see from up in the crow's nest, that same tiger fellow just kind of nimbly leaps his way down the mast and lands on the deck on both feet. And Churchill says, Mr. Sunset, watch over our prisoner here. Now, he looks at you, Proud. You're the leader, correct?
I'm more of a talker, but yeah, I can meet with Captain Sicarius again.
Very well. Follow me. He leads you over towards the door over here.
What I took with me was the regular map, the letter that was meant for Iron Tusk, and then the hat.
Okay. The
Mr.
rest.
Sunset, is that any relationship to Bravo?
No, it is just time of day that I was born.
That's a cool name. I like it.
Golden Sunset is my full name. He just kind of nudges with his paw the unconscious goblin, and just satisfied these unconscious. Says, I'm sure your friend will be back with you in a moment, so just hold tight.
Very well.
Proud, you make your way down those stairs again and find yourself facing that imposing looking tiefling in a captain's hat sitting at his desk. And says, he looks up from what he's doing and says, I suppose if you're in front of me again, then you have something to report.
I do, as a matter of fact, a full report to you.
Good.
And I lay out
Begin.
I lay out the hat, the message, and the map. So first, we have found the map and we have found the culprit. This map is in language none of us can understand, so we assume it is the one you are referring to, and I push it over to him or hand it to him.
You kind of slide it across the table towards him, and he grabs it, unfolds it. You see his eyes kind of scan it as they sort of glow with that orange ember. And then, satisfied, he folds it back up and you see him tuck it inside his shirt. And then he says, this is, in fact, what I was looking for.
Perfect. So, your courier was killed by a goblin. The goblin smell that your shark crew member smelled, Polo, I believe his name, that was in fact an actual goblin that was on this island before you ported here and before the courier came. The goblin killed the courier, took the map, and then scuttled away.
I see. And where did he scuttle away to?
He scuttled away underneath the Silver, the tavern of the ship that's broken down. One of our friends is a very excellent tracker, and she was able to sniff out his stench, and it matched with what your crew member Polo told us. So we broke into the cellar of the Silver and found a group of rats, as you may call them, hiding. And they were led, it was a small group, a total of 5 of them, led by this person. And I hand the message over that has the Saguin's name on it. This person was their leader. According to the message, they are looks like a small group under the captaincy of Iron Tusk.
You see him again scan the page that you handed him, and then he folds it in half. You see his hand grip the page just a little harder than you would just normally. And then his eyes flick back up to you, and he says, Iron Tusk, a thorn in my side as always.
Yeah, and so this is the hat of that leader. Per your request or your wishes, we kept the actual criminal alive, as you may see on the message. Someone by the name of Grog, or Grok.
The goblin.
Yeah, the goblin Grok had killed the courier. Grok is the goblin that we dragged over here,
I see.
and this hat was the one belonging to Folk. Every other member is dead, but we made sure to incapacitate Grok so you could choose to do with him whichever you wished. The only crime we know that he did was that he killed the courier and stole the map. Looks like, according to the message, they were trying to get to Iron Tusk, but we found the message wrapped up, so we can assume that it was not reached to him.
I care not about some courier, but stealing from me is a sin of the highest order. His eyes flick across to Churchill, and he says, Mr. Churchill, make arrangements to keelhaul our prisoner. And then his eyes flick back to you. And he says, now then, seems like you've resolved my little problem for me.
Seems so.
Then, I suppose a payment is in order.
It'd be very much appreciated and welcomed.
He pulls a pouch out of the inside of his tunic and places it kind of on this end of the table here and says, very well. You may take this.
All right. How big is the pouch?
It's a pouch of if you open it, it's a pouch of gold. It's smaller than the pouch that you found in the chest.
All right. So, lifting off lockdown of Drosis, and then the pouch of gold, and this pouch of gold here, and then, all right. Could we make the lockdown lifted immediately or expedited as we could? Not to trouble you, but we are in a bit of a hurry, which is why we worked to solve this as fast as we could.
The lockdown will be lifted immediately as soon as I give the order. My ship will no longer fire upon any leaving harbor.
Perfect. Well, that seems to be everything in order, Captain Sincarius. It was great to work with you in some capacity. I'm gonna outstretch my right hand.
He stands from behind his desk and holds out his hand.
I'm gonna shake if he allows me.
He shakes your hand.
From one pirate to another, be interesting to run into you. Of course, on the same side.
You see his eyes kind of squint slightly as he scans you, scrutinizing you. And then he says, tell you what. And then he sits back down at his desk and opens one of the drawers and pulls out a black cloth that's kind of folded up into a square. And then he hands it to you. Fly this from your mast and my ships will leave you alone.
All right. I'll definitely, I do appreciate this. Thank you. I'm gonna tuck it back.
But you are under my protection, but I'll have you realize you are also under my thumb. And I don't believe I need to tell you what happens to people who steal from me.
Of course. You just
Good.
had to keelhaul that one, and I'd rather avoid that fate.
Good. Then you're free to go. As for us, we have a rat's nest to scour. He looks at Churchill. Escort our guest here back to his friends. And Churchill just kind of nods for you to go back up the stairs. Just hooks his head at the staircase.
I follow. Oh, there you go.
Alright. You make your way back up the stairs. onto the deck and see Golden Sunset, Grok, and your party waiting for you.
All right.
Churchill strides across the deck over to the Nyanhari full-blood man and says, Mr. Sunset, make arrangements to keelhaul the prisoner. But do it after he wakes up. I'd rather him experience this. The rest of you, you're free to take the boat back to the docks.
I will make a motion to get down Jacob's ladder and onto the boat to the rest of them.
Oh, another order, Captain.
All right, let's enough of that. It's an equal 5-way partnership now. I'm looking over at Ebony.
Does it look like Churchill's getting in with us?
No, he leans over the railing and says, leave our little rowboat at the docks. We'll come to get it.
Of course.
So the oars are still in the boat.
Yeah, I grab an oar and hand another one to Fox. Let's get this thing back to the docks.
Alright, you make your way back towards the docks district then. It doesn't take you too long before you arrive. Let's go to Churchill.
As we're like rowing or whatever, I'm like, how'd it go, Proud?
Well, so it was he got us this, and then I have the pouch of golden pieces. Honestly, not a lot, but the lockdown's gonna be lifted immediately, and we also got this. I pull out the black cloth. This is even though it's cloth, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. We fly it, and we'll be safe if any of his ships come around. But he also now wants us to work under him. So maybe we should steer clear of this guy from now on.
So if you unfurl that black cloth, it is a skull and crossbones, but the skull has 2 curled horns around it, and the eyes are glowing orange.
Yeah, Sincarius is one of the really big pirates out there. Most ships don't live to tell a tale if they go broadside of him. In fact, I can't think of any crews that do live. The crew that I was on tried to avoid him at all costs if they could.
Did he have glowing orange eyes like that?
He did. They're pretty intimidating, not gonna lie.
Oh, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe we should
Also-
go talk to the Lily Leeward and break the good news that they're free to leave.
Oh, one other thing. He said they had to scour the rat's nest. So the guy we left down there, I don't know if we can, but maybe we should try to get him to escape. Because if they go down there and he's still there, he's absolutely getting slaughtered.
We should just tell him to just swim. Just
Well, I
jump
mean,
in and swim.
can we make it there before they get there?
We just go now.
Yeah, I think we should go now.
Okay, let's go.
Alright, you're going back to the sunken solar?
Yeah, gonna
Jump you back.
walk very quickly, but not run.
I'll jump you back there then.
Hey, we forgot something.
Oh, all right. What'd you forget?
Don't
What?
worry about it.
You know what? Probably none of my
we-
business.
We just walked by.
All right. Are you going back to the room that he was in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll jump you there. And you're gone.
Is he still sitting over here?
Yeah, he's just kind of sitting. He's got like his head over his hands, thinking. But he looks up as you guys walk back in the room and says, "You lot, what are you doing back here?"
Let's
Hey,
go. Let's go. Let's
Yeah,
go.
you need to follow us.
Now.
All right. What's going on?
We'll tell you later. Look, we're gonna station you in the tavern, and you're just
No,
gonna
no,
be
no,
a
no, no. We're just going the way out that we did the first time. Yep, you know what that means.
All right.
Okay.
Let me
I
grab.
motion everyone to stand on the platform.
Yeah, let me grab them too. There we go.
Perry wants to be the one to push the button, and then Perry will jump in after them.
Actually,
I
I was thinking maybe we could have a fun experiment.
Nope, too late. Perry pushes the button.
Wait.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. Dang it.
Click. The lot of you fall and slide down the shaft, back along those mossy whetstones, getting kind of soaked with water as you go down this makeshift water slide. Perry, what do you do after they all
Perry
disappear?
jumps in. Perry jumps in after them and goes, Ebony, okay, you fly behind me. And then Perry goes and jumps in and says, wee.
All right, you hop in and slide down the slide, and Ebony just kind of lazily floats behind you and glides down. And you find yourself back in the cave. I can move this. You splash down back in that puddle at the bottom, Lem included.
Damn it, Perry! You could have given us a warning first, or a countdown, or something.
Perry thought it would be more fun and more experimental ride if Perry just pushed button without saying click.
Well, can you guide us over there? I can't see anything again.
Why can you not see anything? Because you don't have a light.
It's, you know what? Whatever. I'm just gonna walk in a direction.
All
It
right.
wasn't me this
Blindly.
time.
Here,
Len,
you
stick
can
to the
control
walls.
my character.
Perry signals them to like hold my hand. Okay, come on, let's go.
Len, stick to the walls.
You don't see that square of light that was there last time when you climbed up the ladder. It seems like the mechanism has closed itself. Yeah, Perry, you can see fine, and you see these levers at the end of the room.
Okay, Mr. Grumpy Man, lever is in front of you. Do that thing you did last time, and then let's get out of here.
Hey, don't worry, guys. I found a wall.
So
Mr. Grumpy Man.
I click
And
it.
there,
I click it in 2, 3, 1.
all right, you pull the same levers, and that grinding sound from above happens again, and then a crack of light opens up into a full square of light, and that same rope ladder unfurls itself again.
I'm assuming
Mr.
Lim is coming with us.
Mr. Grumpy Man,
Oh,
are
yeah.
you gonna grab the other dudes so that we can get out of here?
Yeah, he's coming with you.
Ender, this is a very good idea.
Yeah, it's the safest way to get out of here.
So climbing your way up the ladder, then you
Yeah.
find yourself back in the graveyard.
Perry, my idea was I was gonna have us all stand on the platform and then see if you could tell Ebony to press the button. But you kind of got excited.
That does not sound fun, Ender. That sounds very boring.
Well, maybe my uh, whatever.
All right,
Mm-hmm.
look, Len.
Boring.
Len, do you have another place to hide out, or
No, not really. Suppose I
Okay.
could ask one of the old fishermen to stay at his place.
Do you have any gold on you?
He kind of reaches in his pockets. No, not really.
Well, there's a really nice innkeeper right up the road here, and
Just donate your blood.
yeah, just donate blood, and he'll give you a discount.
no?
I guess
I'm giving him.
I could go talk to him.
Yeah, he might give you a break.
Just in case, I'm gonna give him 8 gold pieces of one of the pouch.
8
pouches
gold?
Price gave me. Well, that's how much the room costs, isn't it?
No, bro, it costs 5.
Oh, okay. I'll give him 5 gold pieces.
I don't actually remember how much it was, but I trust he was fine.
I think he said 8 was for everything, but it was
Hmm,
something like 8
correct,
then
yeah, it
5
was
or
like- it was-
5 then 3.
yeah,
Something
I don't
like that.
remember. Something like that.
I don't. It was.
I
I
don't-
think 5 was just.
It's fine.
5. 5's good. 5's good.
5 is fine.
All right. So
alright.
yeah.
He
Subtract 5 pieces. Whatever.
he graciously takes your money and just kind of says, "Thank you."
Yeah. Just hide out here for the night, and then once the lockdown's lifted, do whatever you want.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Now we make our way towards the Lily Leeward.
Okay. Then 1 sec.
So there is one flaw with this plan. Is once they go to raid the smugglers area, that floor is not going to be in its place.
Yeah, but they don't know about it, and also they don't know necessarily the mechanism. They'll guess, but I mean,
Yeah.
that's nothing that we can be tasked with. So
Yeah, it's definitely a question mark, but I don't think they're going to be able to solve it necessarily.
I'm more worried about when they realize we cleaned out Captain Iron Tusk's entire room.
I mean, you're a pirate; they should expect as much.
That's true. They would have done the same.
And to be fair, they don't know what was in there before, so.
True. I just got some dazzling sweet clothes.
Now you make your way back to the ship that's currently docked in the harbor of Drosis, the Lily Leeward. There's still a ladder set up to climb aboard.
Ahoy!
You catch the attention of some of the people on the deck, particularly Narina, who turns around and says, "You lot again? Did you find out anything then?"
Yeah. Lockdown's gonna be lifted pretty soon. That ship with the scary cannons, it won't be hitting any ships when it leaves, so we can leave when you guys are all ready.
Perfect. Actually, Captain just came back. She's up at the helm, so you can go speak with her.
Oh. All right. Well, everyone, let's go.
Might as well get these guys their name tags. Since you met all of them before, I might as well give you their name tags. Alright. So up near the helm is Violet, who you recognize. And a woman who you haven't seen before. A rather exhausted and a little gaunt looking elf with red hair. And she turns towards you as you approach and says, Violet, these are our little stowaways then, who are going to be joining us. And Violet says, yeah, these are the folk.
Liberators might be a better description for us.
You lot do what you set out to do then?
Yeah.
So the lockdown's lifted?
The lockdown's lifted. Might want to wait a little bit just to give that big scary ship some time, but to get the message across. But yeah.
All right. Well, we got a few more preparations to make, but we'll be setting out this very day. Then we're all ready to go.
All right.
You lot
Sounds
are
great.
joining us on our way to Luchen's then?
Yep.
Absolutely.
All right. Perfect. Then you can set your things below deck, and before long we'll be ready to set sail.
All right.
The whole
Let's go,
time,
Liam.
the captain is just kind of silently looking at you. She just lets Violet do most of the talking. And then she says, well, it's nice to meet you all. I will be in my quarters if you require me.
Coming from an apothecary that deals with like illness and sick, do I recognize what may be causing her gauntness?
It just looks like your bog standard exhaustion plus not a lot of food.
Okay.
It doesn't look like a particular illness. It just looks like she doesn't eat a whole lot and she doesn't do her elven meditation a whole lot.
I wasn't sure if it was like being supplemented by a drug or something.
Hard to say.
Okay.
But as she announces that she's going to her quarters, she just kind of nods at each of you and heads off across the deck.
So can we just pick anywhere below deck, or
Well, there's a couple hammocks below deck that you can claim for yourselves. She kind of like nods off in this direction.
okay? You guys coming? I could use a rest.
Yeah. I like to just sit down and talk for a bit. Yeah. Especially after that battle.
Yeah, you folk look pretty rough.
Yeah. It took some elbow grease to get done, but we got it done.
Well, we appreciate your efforts, even if the captain doesn't say it. She does.
That's understandable. Wouldn't mind an audience with the captain later, but when she's not as tired.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll be up and about in a bit. You'll have plenty of time to talk to her on our trip to Luchen's.
Perfect. Then, oh, by the way, how many days do you think it'll take to get there?
Depends on the wind, but if we have a good weather, then it should be around 3-4 days.
All right. Well, I'll get these landlubbers below deck and help them get their sea legs.
All right, sounds good to me.
Okay, and I'll go below deck.
All right. Then I will take you to the Lily Leeward. So you head below deck, which leads you to a room here, which immediately as you descend these stairs, you see a post in the center of the room and several hammocks kind of tied around the post.
She said there were 4 for us, so I think Ebony might have to sleep with you, Perry, if she's not sleeping outside.
Ebony is fine sleeping above Perry's head.
Does this back one look like it's being used?
No, none of them particularly look like they're being used by like a specific person.
Great. This is mine. Don't mess with it, or I'll punch you.
All right. Punching. That's your answer to everything.
We're traveling south,
Yes.
so I want this hammock. Yes, because this is going to be the east side window.
Makes sense.
I'll cozy up the hammock next to Fox. Maybe we can have some pillow talk.
All right. Perry, do you want to pick a hammock, I suppose?
Sorry, I was deciding.
Okay. There are also, you guys don't technically know this yet, but there are hammocks in the other room if you want to just sleep completely away from all of them.
Does anyone have any final business they need to get taken care of on Drosis? I mean, we got the lockdown lifted, so they could probably hours if we need it, but
I'm pretty sure Perry is ready to go.
We can also go through the items that you guys gathered if you want.
yeah, that's a good idea. Go through our loot.
We'll say that it takes three or so hours for them to get the ship ready to sail. So you guys can do what you want with that time if you did want to leave. But let's handle the items right now. Then once you've decided what you have and what you kind of would maybe want to do, then you could head back into town for the remaining 2 hours or so. But let's do the items now. So I think you have the list. I have it if you don't, but you guys can go through the list that you have.
Yes, I wrote down everything. I can
Perfect.
reiterate if you guys want.
Yeah, go for it. You guys
Fox,
handle
Fox has a longsword.
Yes, so I have the longsword. Jenny said, or Perry said she wants the scimitar.
okay,
We have
is the longsword like a actual long? Like, is it? What kind of style is the longsword?
It's
I guess.
a traditional medieval style.
Okay.
So not what Fox is used to, but
Right.
good enough, I would say, for Fox.
Couple daggers here, a short
Did you
bow.
want the longsword? And
No, if you want to hold on to it, that's fine.
are you accustomed to it? Because the weight's all weird for me. I would prefer something a little more precise and lighter.
I mean, I've handled a weapon before, but I don't think I can use that efficiently. I probably
Very-
need something a little easier to deal with.
You
Very
know,
well.
Fox, Fox, do you wanna trade a short sword for the long sword?
No, the short swords. I'd rather have something that's a little more appropriate to the length that I'm accustomed to. Um,
Yeah.
I'll have to find a blacksmith another time to get something a little more appropriate for me, but this will be fine.
All right.
Um, I don't assume anyone wants the short bow. We could just probably keep the arrows. Yes.
Actually, I wouldn't mind looking at the. Uh, nah. I don't know about the short bow. Maybe we can hold. Maybe we can sell the bow.
What about the light hammer and 2 daggers? Do you want any of those, Enda?
Yeah, I could use the light hammer.
He would pick the light hammer.
Well, I get out of my hammock and I just go over and I touch his broken arm, and then I walk back.
So I think that all that's left is, that's all I have actually. I didn't even ask. Did you find anything else in that chest?
Well, what about the 2 daggers first?
I think it's open, so if you want them, you can have them.
I wouldn't mind. Be good to throw from a little farther away.
And
But,
just to reiterate, you're not taking the bow, correct?
No. The bow can be for whoever.
Okay, so Perry, you can have the arrows unless you want the short bow as well.
Perry is okay with just the arrows.
Do you want a dagger so you have something up close, Perry?
Oh, well, she's taking the scimitar, right?
Oh, she has a scimitar. Okay.
I'm
That's
taking
what-
the scimitar.
That's what
Gotcha.
the scimitar is for. Our good buddy Len.
All right. So
Oh, and then the gold pieces.
okay. So the one that you found in the lair under the tavern, the kind of bigger pouch, had 220 with your skill ability. So it would have been 200, but Proud makes it 220. And then Captain Sincarius gave you 55.
Okay. And then okay, and then because we gave 5 away to Len,
So 50.
so in total 270.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys can
I'm gonna-
keep that all together. You can split it up. Doesn't matter to me. Just keep track of who has what, I guess. You can do it right on D&D Beyond. Then I can see it too, and that makes it nice and convenient for me.
Alright.
But Fox, I added the longsword to your inventory, so you can equip it.
Thank you, thank you.
Ender added the light hammer. You can equip that. Perry,
Yeah.
the scimitar.
Sweet.
And then Proud was there. What did you take? Did you take anything?
I'll take the 2 daggers
Okay.
if no one else wants them.
I'll add 2 daggers.
Yeah, and Fox already has one of them, or has one separated from those 2.
Okay, so if we want to divide up the gold evenly, we each get 67, and then there's 2 left over.
Yeah, I think what we can do is, well, since I found the gold, I'll take 68 pieces, and then one of you guys can get 68, and the other 2 get 67.
I don't mind having 67.
I don't either.
It's more than the 1 gold I have right now, so.
Agreed.
Alright.
So I guess Perry, you can have 68 gold.
Did you just say Perry can have 68 gold?
Perry gets 68 gold.
Wow. What did Perry do to deserve this?
I take the artificial map. I forgot the right word. The map that we drew, and I give it back to Fox so he can put it back in the scroll case. Or
Yeah, the
map
copy
case.
that you forged of it.
Yeah.
We'll have to look at that later, see if anyone who can read that. But there's one other thing I want to show you guys, and I carefully unfold the magic circlet and have it to where my back's turned to the stairs. So it's showing on this barrel, and my back's turned, so only our group can see it.
Okay.
Oh, there's this thing I found in Iron Husks. I don't know what it does. Ender, you're probably the one that's best with this, but I don't know if you wanted to have a look at it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I will be able to tell exactly what it does, but I can look at it. So I'm gonna ritually cast Detect Magic on it just so I can see what school of magic it is, at least,
Okay. I will say,
if it is magical.
as he hands it to you, Ender, as you look at it, the two sort of yellow gems that are set along the circlet, they sort of twinkle, as if sunlight was reflecting off them, even though the sunlight isn't currently hitting them.
Does Perry see it twinkle?
Nope, just you.
Okay.
And then after you ritually cast Detect Magic, you sense Evocation Magic on it.
Okay. Yeah, I think this was meant for me.
All right. Well, I've got no problem letting it go. All yours, buddy.
I'm
But
just gonna
also-
hold on to it. I'm not gonna put it on yet.
Also, Perry, you know that coin you found in the coconut?
What about my coin?
I was wondering if I could take a look at it really quick. I promise I'll give it back. I just want to look at it a little bit more. Look at the markings.
Okay. Betty's like hesitantly handing it to Proud.
Here, you can hold on to a old piece of mine, and I promise that if I promise I'll give it back to you. And then when you do, we can trade the gold piece. Sound good?
How about I hold on to your hat, and then Betty will give you the coin.
All right. I take off my hat and throw it over to her.
Good deal.
I'm getting the hat back, though.
Only if I get my coin back.
You will. You will. I'm gonna try to study the coin a little bit more.
While Proud is doing that, Perry's like playing with his hat, and Perry's like, Perry the pirate.
It's definitely no gold coin that you've ever seen before. It doesn't match any sort of currencies that you've seen. And the runes on it don't appear to be any sort of recognizable language. It's pretty cryptic, and you kind of get the sense that this is old.
Huh. If it's old, I wonder. Hey, Ender, you or Perry, one of you. Do you think you can see if this is magic at all?
Yeah, I mean,
Betty?
I have Detect Magic already going for the circlet, so can I see about the coin?
It kind of almost hums to you, Ender.
Okay.
With conjuration magic.
Interesting. I'm not sure exactly what it does, but it might summon something or like make something appear. I'm not entirely sure.
Well, I want to focus on it as much as I can. See if I can figure out anything about this. I'm really curious about this thing.
So does that mean that you're taking an hour to inspect it?
Yeah.
For the sake
do that
of
for an hour.
for the sake of ease, this is the type of item that you wouldn't be able to decipher much from. You'd probably have to ask a certain merchant to know what this does.
I can't make heads or tails of this coin. Here, Perry. Let me get my hat back.
Great, wonderful. Pairing switches with him.
There you go, hat. Right where back where you belong.
All right. So your items are split up. Your coin is divvied up. So you spend kind of an hour sorting out your items. So you have about maybe 2 hours before the ship is ready to depart. So is there anything you would like to do currently? You can spend that time like attuning things or inspecting things. You can head back to shore. You can do whatever you like.
All right, I guess I'll attune to the circlet if I need to. I was gonna wait until the morning, but
So there's 2 hours technically, so you could spend them inspecting and then attuning, and then you'd know what it does and would be able to use it.
okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Hey, Ender, while you're doing that, do you want to get anything from any shops? We can wait till we get to Lucian's, but it might be easier to get some shopping done now.
No, I mean, looking through the stores here, I don't think they particularly have what I'm gonna be looking for.
All right. Fox?
No, I mean, if you want to walk, I'll go with you, I suppose, but I don't have any need.
I just wonder if they have any certain weapons, or maybe some armor.
I mean, you're probably more likely to find it in Luchen's, where there's an actual blacksmith. I mean, I want to also go to a blacksmith, so I vote we wait.
All right. I can wait.
Jay,
And then-
Yvette's weapon shop was purely weapons, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay.
She had like cannonballs and like more like miscellaneous things, but it was mainly weapons. Yeah.
Okay.
Fox is going to write on two of his papers and just kind of spend some alone time and write some haikus, and then he's going to just rest and nap until we take off.
All right, Perry, how will you spend your time?
Can we go back? Are we already like leaving the dock, or we're still there, right?
You're still docked.
I kind of wanted to go back to the markets and talk to the weird dude with the lemur to go get some potions.
I can accompany you.
Great, wonderful.
All right. So under your inspecting and attuning, Fox,
Yep.
you're gonna write some haiku and then nap, and the other two are heading back to the water markets. I will jump you right there to save us some time. Where'd Proud go? Hidden under somebody? No? Alright. There you go. Alright, you make your way off the ship back to the water markets. Julian is behind his shop counter. Looks like he has a wicked hangover. But he says, "Yeah, can I help you?"
Hi, hello, Mr. Lemurman. This is me, Perry, again. And here on my shoulder, Ebony, I have joined the club.
Club?
Yeah, the pet on your shoulder, pet on your head, the pet club.
I wasn't aware it was a club, but alright.
It's okay, you were definitely part of it. Anyways, Mr. Lemurman, I would like to inquire the prices of your potions again now that Perry has more gold.
Well, what are you looking for? We got healing potions, we got anti-venoms, we got potion of water breathing. What are you looking for?
Perry is looking for like maybe one for healing, and then also Perry is looking for like maybe some potion that can light up and have some light maybe.
Well, never heard of a potion like that, but I do have healing potions for 50 gold.
You got anything cheaper than that, Mr. Lemurman?
I believe that's the cheapest healing potion I got. Um, got more expensive healing potions. Is that what you're looking for?
No, it's okay. I will take one, please.
All right. He hands you the a potion with a kind of a square pyramid shape, square bottomed pyramid shape, with a red liquid inside it, and says that'll be 50 gold then.
There you go. Perry gives it to him with like a face like, God, this is so expensive.
Anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you.
All right, take care.
Perry meets up with Proud to just see what he's doing.
Yvette greets you as you walk up and says, "Oh, I see you lot again. Is there anything you want to buy? Can I help you out?"
Yeah, I was curious as to if you had a rapier in your stock.
That's not usually something we get requested by pirates too much. Usually use most more in like Lyrethian stuff, not really a Carcassonne type thing. But I can look at my stock.
Also, do you purchase weapons?
At the moment, I'm gonna say no, just because the whole lockdown thing, we're a little tight on money, so I'm not really in the buying market at the moment. Sorry.
Well, did you hear the good news?
What good news?
Oh, lockdown's gonna be lifted.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's great news.
Yeah. By the end of tonight, Drosis will be fully free once again.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and it's all thanks to us. And I'm gonna nudge Perry with my right arm.
Oh, you guys did this. You guys lifted the lockdown. Was that what you were asking all those questions for?
It was. We finally got it taken care of. No thanks to Julian.
Are you hitting on this lady, Proud?
No, I'm trying to get a better deal for weapons.
Okay, great, wonderful. Perry feels a little bit awkward. Perry's just gonna move a little bit away, okay?
Yeah, okay. You're not a good wingman anyway.
Well, my big thanks to you and your lot. It seems like I do have a rapier here. Typically I'd charge 25 gold for that, but I'll knock it down to 20 for you guys since you lifted the lockdown.
Appreciate that. Wouldn't mind. Also, do you do any bartering trading? We have a short bow that we have no need for, and wondering if it could be supplemented with that. Give you an extra piece of inventory that you can sell later, and a couple of gold pieces knocked off that rapier.
Well, like I said, I do kind of need the money more so than the inventory right now. And I'm already knocking some money off for you, so I'm gonna say no for the moment. But I will discount you that 5 gold since you did help the whole town out.
Yeah, well, it was worth the barter, of course. I'm gonna trade the 20 gold pieces for the rapier.
All right. So he hands you the rapier. Anything else?
No, I mean I don't suppose you have any armor on you, do you?
Not particularly. We just weapon shop around here.
All right, and there won't be any we could get on this island, right?
It's not an island.
Yeah, that's right. There's none we could get on Drosis, right?
Not that I believe. Pirate folk not too fond of your heavy mail armors and stuff like that. Mostly just like to wear cloth.
Yeah, not a huge fan of chainmail or anything like that. Well, yeah, I guess then the only thing you can do left for me is spread the word in Drosis that the brass hand is the one that lifted the lockdown.
All right, I suppose I will if they ask.
Well, that's everything I wanted to do. So appreciate your time.
Take care. Luna. It's an island if you count the entire continent, correct? Anything is an island if you just think big enough.
Grand Lorien Island.
The island of Grand Lorien. I mean, technically, an entire planet could be an island if you think about it in a certain way.
Oh God. You just started up some Facebook group.
Alright, is there anything else to take care of in the markets?
Not for me. Well, Perry, I was able to get a 20% discount.
Perry is done, and also Perry definitely thinks you were flirting with that woman.
No, I wasn't flirting with her. I learned my lesson back in Basat. I'm ready. I think I'm ready to go back to the ship. Is there anyone you wanted to talk to on this Androsis? Might be the last chance we get.
But I was thinking maybe I could go talk to Creepy Man Lester and show him the bear because he was very fascinated about the bear. But then I kept on thinking he's so creepy. So it's okay. Maybe next time it's time to go.
Yeah, we can always come back to visit.
Great, wonderful. I will beat you to the boat.
Well, okay. It's not a race. Okay. I'm
Alright,
gonna chase after Perry.
the two of you take off back towards the Lily Leeward. Alright. And I suppose make your way back below deck?
Yep.
Alright. Then that is a pretty perfect time to end our session, but I guess the last thing we'll do is Ender. The item that you would expect is... let me pull it up. It is called a sparkling circlet.
Okay.
It requires attunement, and essentially it gives you access to the light cantrip for free, as well as 2 charges per day.
The irony.
2 charges per day of the dancing lights cantrip.
Perfect.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
So now you're not
You
just
gotta be. Go
light
ahead.
boy, you are dancing lights boy.
Wait. Cue back to when he said this must be for me.
You
It was
had to
meant
be
for
handed.
me.
Oh, you had to be handed by the DM. Oh God.
Was definitely meant for you.
Oh my God. Oh, Fox. we
You guys
could've
are
kept it-
laughing, but I just got 2 cantrips for free, man. I'm digging this.
Fox, we could have kept it away from him, and if one of us knew what was going on, we could have kept it away from him.
Okay,
Aw, man,
I have a
that would've been
question.
like,
Oh.
it's a unicorn.
Man, if one of us wore it, then we would be the light cleric.
If one of
I have
you
a
wore
question.
it, it would just be some very fancy jewelry, as it requires attunement by a cleric.
Ooh.
Ah,
Specifically,
is
a
it just
cleric
like
of Brava, actually.
is it a item where I can just cast it at will, or does it have like a certain number of uses per day? Or
So light is now at will. You can cast light at will.
Okay.
But if you want to do dancing lights, which is actually a spell you can't learn, typically cleric is not a cleric spell, but you get 2 charges of it. Recharges with sun up.
okay, cool.
So now you are light boy, truly.
Okay, I had another question out of character about like with the game kind of. Alright,
Okay.
it's more just a suspicion.
Okay.
Was Captain Cutter actually Captain Sincarius like in disguise?
No.
Okay. Because they both have the glowing lights or glowing eyes thing, so I didn't know.
I get why you think that, but no. Alright, so next session we will set off for Luchens.
Hooray, we finally did it.
A nice little bow on the Androsis.
Mm-hmm. Time
With
to
definitely no consequences or implications on any of our actions. No siree.
surely not.
Nah.
I will see you all in Luchen's.
Ah, damn it! I was gonna
No,
use that
you-
one.
You are going with your stupid flashlight.
Time to tie up some loose ends and loose ends.
Hey, you know the puns are good when the DM's getting in on it.
So,
That's the
how
next
does
thing.
the item work?
Loose ends and loose ends.
I'll give it to you after, like, in between now and next session, in
Okay.
your inventory, and then you just attune it. I could do that for you too.
Yeah.
But essentially, you just have the light cantrip for free, plus 2 charges of dancing lights whenever you want to use it.
Hey Fox, clearly we just need to troll Ender more into spells he doesn't have, and magic items will appear that give him cantrips for it.
Yeah, that's how it works.
To pull back the curtain slightly, it was because he was praying.
Oh, okay.
You don't just get handed
I-
items all the time, but he
No,
was
I-
praying and being very faithful to his god. And
And it's
her-
definitely
her
not because you
teachings-
were harassing me to go.
Do us a favor and pray for a fireball.
No, no, I know it was. It would have accepted any reason, but it was that makes a lot of sense. It's just funny this way. That's all. It wouldn't be funny with any other spell.
All right. So yeah, I'll get that item to you in between now and next session. So let me write that down.
Also, I really love how Ebony was written into that. That was well done.
Thank you. I like to introduce things a little more naturally than just Perry walks into the woods and finds a companion.
Yeah.
Because that's sometimes how you handle it. Sometimes you'll just like start with a companion at the beginning of a campaign. Sometimes, but I think that you can slide things in ways that make them a little cooler.
Yeah.
I like how derpy this bird is. We send him out and he just comes back.
Yeah, he just didn't listen to them. So you guys have no idea how hard it is to find an owl with all black feathers.
Oh no.
Really? I'm sorry. I thought it was like a common thing.
They don't exist. This is the only
Right,
picture I could find
wonderful.
that was like an all black owl that wasn't just like a black and white drawing.
Well, they were all like, "Oh, is it like a white owl?" And I was like, "No, bro. If I wanted to do like recon missions and be a spy, what is a white owl gonna do for me?"
You just have to go to the snow.
Yeah, sure. There's snow next by the sea, the coast that we're at.
I just travel up north the island of Grand Lorien a little more.
I mean, hell, I should have asked for like a blue bird or something.
We have to go to Rithia's hometown to help free her later. So
What, Basat?
no, she lived up north.
Yeah, she said
That's
she
a
was
hometown to me.
she said she was from the north, but she didn't specify that she lived there per se.
Okay, fair.
The next story arc is the search for Rithia in all of Grand Lorien.
Where could she possibly be?
Where in the world is Rithia, the Brava cleric? I don't know that. Let's see. What else?
Ender, Circlet, you guys can handle your money then.
Yeah, I already
So
updated
just,
mine.
yeah, keep your tallies in there.
Guys, only 1,432 more gold, and then I can get plate armor. Let's go.
You just need to have me around, and then we'll be able to get that in no time.
Yeah, Luna knows your struggle of saving for plate.
I mean, Lino at least has armor in general. I literally have like 9 AC right now. It's so sad.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought for sure Ender was going down in this fight.
He did get close.
Steve, how many hit points do you have left?
5.
I've got 7.
And that was after healing for 4.
Ooh.
Well, I healed before I was that low, but
I have
right.
I have like 6 health or something.
Yeah. Oof.
also I rolled a 1 on my D8 for healing.
Oh
That,
no.
that was fun.
Oh, okay. That explains it a little bit more.
Alright, I think the rest of the items should be good. Oh, I'll get you your rapier too.
Hell yeah. I don't know how long I'll have one arm, so the rapier is probably best.
Smart.
That's a good point. Would his arm be healed by around the time that we
Probably
do
not.
the heist, or is it probably like a few weeks later?
I mean,
I
probably a
would
couple weeks later, honestly.
I would say Ender could probably tell you the best, but it would probably be a couple weeks later.
Sorry for what?
I was just saying, in character wise, Ender would probably be able to tell you how long it takes a broken arm to heal.
Oh yeah.
But you had a particularly bad explosion hit you, so it's not just like a clean fracture that would heal up nicely. It's
Yeah.
gonna take a little longer, so I'd say you estimate Ender that it would probably take at least a little longer than the when the ball is planned.
Yeah, Jay, I didn't realize that there was miscommunication between the bracelet on my hand versus
fine.
the plain one I was doing. And also, I didn't realize the consequences of that if you had realized what I was doing.
It's not the end of the world. Things happen. Okay, Proud, your rapier's in your inventory now.
Hell yeah.
I say we just restart the campaign so we can like
Let's go
you
back to jail and see if we can do it better this time. Speed run.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Ooh,
Just have to replay it all.
Ooh, what's over here?
All right. With that, Perry, your potion of healing is in your inventory too. So I believe that's everything except the circlet. So I'll get that because I gotta make the whole magic item and stuff. So I'll throw that in your inventory in between then, and I'll attune it for you.
Cool.
Other than that, that's where we'll wrap for today. It's a pretty good spot to pause.
Yeah.
And next Friday, we will set off for Luchen's. Exciting.
Gonna read up on my nautical terms.
I should probably too.
That's why I kept saying Jacob's Ladder over and over again. That's the one thing that I retained.
Nice.
I'm not gonna read anything because Ender knows nothing.
All right. Unless anybody has any questions, then I can let you guys go.
No, I think no. Honestly, I think Proud's probably interested in going back to Drosis, so I'm not going to ask any questions to reveal any secrets.
Yeah, of course. This is a town that lots of people will go to, so no secrets allowed to be revealed.
I'm assuming we're gonna rest sometime in the near future.
Yeah, you got several days journey, so
Okay, I was gonna change my spells around. So I just want to make sure it's okay.
yeah, get the idea of what you want, and then when you rest, you can just switch them over.
Okay.
What was I gonna? Where is it? Art. I was told we had some art while we were playing. It's not related to this campaign, but I want to show it now just because it's funny, and because he's here. If you're okay with me showing it, if you don't want me to show it, I won't. But it is great, and he promised he was gonna make. Okay, good. Alright, I assumed you'd be okay with it. Alright. It's the art that he promised to make how many sessions ago of their party and their campaign. Of a particular moment that happened. We finally got it, so I'm happy. We got we got Gilly in the corner, who's off in the school nurse's office in a coma after touching an ominous statue. He's got a little bandaged up arm here. Very good attention to detail. And then back as they hunt for any sort of clue as to why Gilly might be in a coma, as well as looking for somewhere to send a letter so that they could contact his mom.
After touching ominous statue.
And they proceeded to drink his cologne thinking it was alcohol, and then fail a constitution check to keep it down and throw up all over his bed while he was in a coma in the nurse's office. So that's the scene that you're seeing here in glorious detail.
I don't know if there's a picture that better encapsulates the entire party.
But yeah, thank you for that. Yanni Bones, who is Yo in A Class of Crows on the Sundays when we stream them. All right. Then you guys can head out. I'll do my little wrap up. You don't have to stick around for that.
All right, thanks for the game, Jay. It's always
Thanks for
fun.
playing.
Thanks for DMing, Jay. Looking forward to the next sessions. Not only Archimand, but others.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Jay.
Of course. Take care, everybody.
See you.
All right. Chat. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you're watching the VOD, thank you as well. I appreciate you guys too. This campaign happens pretty much every Friday unless we miss one or take a week off for holidays and things like that. Fridays always at 8 p.m. Eastern. The next stream will be this Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. And that is A Class of Crows, which is our Arcane College Magical School campaign. So you can head on back for that. Currently, they are in a very intense and climactic struggle as they attempt to find dates for the upcoming winter ball. So that's what they're up to currently. And we'll be resuming them on Sunday to figure out if poor old Killian can manage to get a date that's not a tree for once. And then the other campaign that's currently running is the Tuesday campaign, which is Hearth and Home. They just finished a boss fight against creepy, corpulent hag in a basement who seemed to be eating people. And the person that they were trying to rescue, they found dead, unfortunately, but they were given a second chance by a certain ominous presence who showed up. So that's where they left off. So you can pick up, that'll be on Tuesday. And they happen, -1 eyeball Sojourn lost an eye. But stuck out the boss fight to almost solo the boss, which was pretty impressive. That Circle of the Moon health pool certainly goes quite a distance, doesn't it? But yeah, so we'll be picking up with them at 7 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday as well. They're at an interesting little crossroads where they have to see what to do now. And maybe some looting too. as they didn't do that in the last sessions. They're still in the quote unquote dungeon, so maybe they'll do some looting. So if you want to see some items, or maybe they'll just leave. They'll probably just leave. We'll see. But yeah, so those are the 3 campaigns that are currently going. At a certain point, there will be like hiatus points for each group where maybe arcs are complete, and then we'll shift to some new campaigns for a bit and then come back. That's just kind of how we do it. But I'm currently like in the background of writing these ones, writing some other campaigns that might happen sooner or later. I want to introduce some new people into this sort of, I guess that's not really a rotation, but that kind of thing. And then I'm writing like a true one-shot too. So Hearth and Home was kind of like a fake one-shot where it started as a one-shot that could then continue into a full campaign, and they chose to, so it's a full campaign now. But this will be a true one-shot that'll actually end. Be like 1 or 2 sessions long and actually end. So that's in the works right now. Just to let you know what I'm working on in the background. But it's kind of slow progress because, you know, writing in the background of writing 3 actual campaigns takes a bit. So in my spare time, I'm plunking away at those and making some progress as I expand some of the maps too. Add some new locations to places. I'm not gonna burn myself out. I'll be alright. Thank you for your concern, but I think I'll be alright for now. As it's work that I enjoy doing it, and I do it in my spare time. So I would never put it before like my actual real life stuff, but it is work that I enjoy doing when I do have the time to do it, and I seem to have the time, so I won't burn myself out. Thank you. It always is nice to hear that you guys are enjoying it, because it motivates me to work harder on it when I see that people are actually enjoying what's going on. So thank you for the kind words. But yeah, other than that, my usual spiel of if you miss a stream because you can't watch it live, that's okay. The VODs will be on this Twitch channel for a little bit, and if you don't catch them on there and it's gone, don't panic. There's a YouTube channel in my About section on my Twitch that you can go to, and the VODs will be there permanently, unless YouTube blows itself up, which you know, they kind of tend to do that every once in a while. But they'll be there a lot more permanently than they'll be on the Twitch, as Twitch tends to like to throw things in the trash. So if you miss something on Twitch, go to YouTube and catch them there, because the VOD channel exists for a reason. If you're curious about something we talked about in a session, you're like some weird offhand thing that we talked about, a god or a place or something like that, and you're like, I really wish I knew more about that. Also in my About section below in the on my Twitch is the World Anvil, which is essentially a place where you can go to read up about a lot of the locations, deities, and factions that exist in this homebrew living world. So if you're curious about finding more about the world or something like that, you can check it out and do some research. If you'd rather know nothing at all and avoid, I don't know, spoilers. There's not really story spoilers there, but there's like, I guess, people spoilers? I don't know. But if you want to keep a complete blank slate, you can do that too and just be surprised. But yeah, so those things exist. The schedule's there too on my Twitch, and you can find out when you stream if you forget. I've repeated a lot at the end of streams, but if you forget, you can check it out there too. But that's the spiel. You don't need any more than that. It's been a long session. Everybody take care. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you on Sunday. If you're following each campaign, if you're just following this one, then I'll see you next Friday.